Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to beautiful Black Hills Energy Stadium here in Spearfish, South Dakota in Game 1 of the Divisional Playoffs. As we have two very familiar teams facing off against each other for the sixth night in a row. Your hometown Spearfish Sasquatch playing here at home once more against our friends from Dickinson, North Dakota. They have made the 3-hour trip down south as the Badlands Big Sticks are ready, and we are in Game 1 here in the playoffs. The 17-11 Sasquatch take first place with their best record in the second half of play, while the Big Sticks finished the second half with a 13-14 record. They didn't have too much to worry about as they already clinched the first half best record, so it is going to be a battle between winners of the first and second halves of this season. And so far, after closing out this season with a 5-game homestand at home, it has been nothing short of absolutely exciting. That's all I can say. It's just been electric in every way, shape, and form. And after starting the season 5-16, the Squatch finished with a 28-28 record overall on the season. We will take 500 any day of the week. It has been a huge mid-season turnaround, and the Sasquatch have heated up once more in the best part and most important time here in the season. So as we are having host family dedication down on the field here as we are beginning one of our last few games here of the year. Now in the postseason, we will go ahead and get into these lineups for both teams. I'm Win Andrews, your voice of the Sasquatch. So happy you are here with us tonight. Without any further ado, let's get into things. Starting for the Badlands Big Sticks tonight in Game 1 of the playoffs. Sean D., number 16, the center fielder, leading things off, followed by the 2-spot hitter, number 11, the left fielder, Austin Bunn. Batting third, number 14, and catching, Daniel Rogers. Batting fourth, number 7, the right fielder, Carson Lundmark. Batting fifth, number 4, the designated hitter, Gunnar Hansen. Batting sixth, number 10, the first baseman, Derek Calvillo. Batting seventh, number 2, the shortstop, Alex Thurston. Batting eighth, number 5, the third baseman, Kobe Krenz. Batting ninth, number 1, the second baseman, Alex Erlob. Pitching on the mound tonight for the Big Sticks is number 19, Steve Marhefke, in his first look against the Sasquatch all season, as the Sticks are led by head coach Cam Johnson. And the Spearfish Sasquatch now being introduced on the field alongside their host families. We thank them for everything they have done this entire summer. We cannot thank them enough. The Sasquatch in their blue jerseys, white pants, coming out looking for a Game 1 win. And we will do that by the means of these guys 1 through 9 tonight. Leading off tonight for your Spearfish Sasquatch, number 4, the center fielder, Bryson Hoyer. Batting second, number 12, the shortstop, Gabe Springer. Batting third, number 24, the second baseman, Ryan Bachman. Batting cleanup, number 17, the third baseman, Bailey Bordas. Hitting fifth, number 7, the first baseman, Ryan Doran. Batting sixth and catching behind the plate, number 29, Keenan O'Brien. Batting seventh, number 11, the left fielder, Gage Crott. Batting eighth, number 34, the DH, Damon Gaither. And rounding out tonight's action for the Sasquatch, number 3, the right fielder, Trey Vorwald. While pitching on the mound is a workhorse, number 32, J.D. Kirshner. As we are just moments away, both teams headed out to their first and third base lines. Time for some exciting baseball tonight. We are just a few minutes away from the national anthem, and we'll be back in just a few. Game 1 between the Squatch and the Sticks. Do not go anywhere.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, born so proudly we hail at the twilight's light?
So we just finished the national anthem, and we are a couple of minutes away. Now it is a 6:35 p.m. on the dot. And we are ready to play some ball. The Squatch and the Sticks squaring off for the 6th time in a row. And it is going to be a fun one here, folks. The stakes have never been higher. It all comes down to this. What both teams and every team in the Independence League has been working for all season is finally coming to fruition. And you cannot tell me any differently. Both of these teams want to make it to the championship and face off against the Nebraska Land Division. But first, they're going to have to get through each other. It has been a gritty last few games here in this series at home. And although the Squatch took 4 out of 5, you have to really just throw those records out of the window. That was the regular season. This is now. Everything can turn around in the blink of an eye. So the Sasquatch and the Sticks both with clear memories and looking forward to tonight's action, as it is 89 degrees, just turned down from 90 a few seconds ago. So still a very, very hot day here at the ballpark, but not a cloud in the sky. We've been so fortunate with great weather to this point. Would not want it to rain here at the park at any point, and we have been lucky in that regard. Nothing but sunshine, but we hope to rain on the Sticks parade here in Game 1. There's been a lot of speculation, and in a 3-game series here in the divisional playoffs, taking Game 1 at home for the Sasquatch is completely necessary. It is an essential. So we hope to get things started on the right note tonight. And with J.D. Kirshner on the mound, we feel good about our chances. But the Big Sticks taking Game 5 last night, after both teams were resting a lot of their players, you don't want them to have any sort of momentum headed into tonight. So we thank you so much for joining us here in Game 1 of the playoffs. As we are down to our last 2 home games. If that one is necessary, our second game would be played in Game 1 of the championship series, but we have to get through the Sticks first. So all hands on deck, we are focusing on tonight, as J.D. Kirshner starts the night off with a strike right down Broadway against the leadoff hitter, Sean D. Sean D batting .288 on the season. And we have had an absolutely electric turnout every single night of this 5-game homestand to end the regular season. Game 57 was just yesterday. And we'll have plenty of people rolling in through the gates throughout tonight's action. As Kirshner's quickly ahead 1-2 to D. Swing and a miss. Buzzes the tower. Sean D cannot catch up. The first out of the night via strikeout. J.D. Kirshner starting out hot. So Austin Bunn stepping up to the plate, batting a nice .317 on the year. He has been huge for the Sticks here in the second half of play. He's had a couple of multi-hit games against the Sasquatch in this 5-game span to end the year. But as we mentioned, as everyone's memory refreshes, records reset, so did the performance of both teams. It is a completely new ball game today. The 0-1, that one is going to be lifted foul out of play right behind the concession stand. So the big catcher for the Big Sticks, Daniel Rogers, in the on-deck circle, and he has been slashing. But we're not going to worry about him just yet. We have Austin Bunn to take care of as Kirsch is ahead 0-2. The pitch. Ooh, good location just off the plate. A few inches to the outside. And a very gutsy call by Austin Bunn to lay off of it. So the 1-2, that one is going to be taken just a piece of by Bunn. We will start over here. Cam Johnson for the Big Sticks, the head coach down the third base line. As the Sticks are in their navy jerseys and red pants. A very clean look. One of my favorite uniform combinations in the Independence League, outside of our own, of course. As Kirsch is going to lose Austin Bunn there by the hit by pitch. So that is going to be the first base runner of the night for JD, and that brings up Daniel Rogers, who has been every bit of trouble you could ever imagine. The Sasquatch, who have been so great offensively through the first 3 innings of play. Seemingly every game at home this season, we are going to be expecting a lot of offense tonight against a very impressive pitcher for the Sticks. We will talk about him in a little bit in the bottom of the first. So Daniel Rogers from Grays Lake, Iowa, plays at Loras College. The first pitch in the count, taken just outside, fastball off the plate, ball 1. So after both teams spent the last 5 games, especially the last 2, trying to really, as Keenan's going to fire back to first real quick, does not want Austin Bunn stepping any farther off the first base bag. But after the Squatch clinched the playoffs in Game 3, both teams were really trying to utilize their bullpens, trying to keep their arms, giving a few guys reps out of the pen, and trying to rest others. So coming into tonight's action, we have plenty of position players pitching in Games 4 and 5. We do expect a lot more action out of the bullpen, as both teams have a little more rest. But we don't want to see the Sasquatch bullpen for a long time tonight. We expect JD to do well, and so far, outside of the hit by pitch, he has been impressive. Big cut there from Rogers, strike 1. With Keenan O'Brien catching behind the plate tonight, expecting another huge night. Outside of just his performance at the plate, he has been amazing, stopping plenty of wild pitches, keeping everything in front of him, and keeping a lot of these big stick runners on the base paths at bay. And cannot forget that he's thrown out quite a few as well this series. He has such a cannon of an arm behind the dish. So now JD in a 3-1 count needs to fire a strike to Rogers. We hope he does. The pitch going to be taken low and away. Ball 4. So now a quick runner's on first and second. The big stick staying very disciplined here in the first. So we want to talk about all these different guys who have been very impressive against the Sasquatch this season. Might be speaking to number 1 on the list in terms of that, who is Carson Lundmark, the right fielder, stepping in. And he has a prime opportunity to break the scoring here in the first inning with runners on first and second, only 1 out. JD looking to put a ball on the ground here. So we'll see what happens. The 1-out pitch to Lundmark, and he's going to show bunt. That one is going to roll foul at the third base line. Interesting take there from Carson. I didn't expect to see him show bunt. And I don't think he's very used to that either. A great contact hitter and can definitely turn on one. We've seen it a couple of times. Lundmark from Mayville State University, batting well above 300 on the year. So now, JD's 1-1. That one is going to be hit high out towards left field. Gage Crott racing in on it. Let's see if he makes the catch. He does. Out number 2. Gage Crott takes care of it. Had to cover a lot of distance and was running all the way to his right down the left field line, able to make the grab just in time. So JD, when he is on, is able to increase a lot of soft contact against opposing hitters. Kirshner from Dakota State University, hailing out of Lenox, South Dakota, not too far away whatsoever from Spearfish. This is just his second start of the season, after his first 6 appearances were out of the bullpen. And now in a very important part of the game here in game one, as that one is going to clip Gunnar Hansen, number 4, on the first pitch, just inside. As Kirshner has missed inside just a couple of times and has hit Austin Bunn as well as now Gunnar Hansen, bringing up Derek Calvillo with bases loaded. So I now understand why Derek is batting 6th. He has been one of their biggest power bats all summer. And it's not normal to really see a hitter of his caliber down batting 6th. But in a situation like this with bases loaded in the first, I see why now. And that one is going to be hit high. And that one's going to be popped way up right on the infield. Ryan Bachman making the catch for out number 3. So JD has a bit of a shaky first inning. Bases loaded, but able to get out of it with a scoreless top of the inning. Headed to the bottom. Squatch looking to break the score here and get on the board first tonight in game 1 of the divisional playoffs. So happy you are with us. It is going to be a fun one all night. Headed to the bottom of the first. Score tied all up at 0-0.
When you venture to Spearfish in the Black Hills of South Dakota, you'll find rugged hiking and biking trails, extreme rock climbs, and views that will take your breath away. Plan a Spearfish vacation and come find your adventure. Spearfish, my great place in South Dakota.
Somewhere, going higher, faster, farther, going in new directions to new places. At Monument Health, we keep going so you can keep going. We're dedicated to advanced orthopedic care with the latest innovations, technology, expertise, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner. Learn more at monument.health/orthopedics.
Headed to the bottom of the first here in game 1 of the divisional playoffs between the Spearfish Sasquatch and the Badlands Big Sticks. JD Kirshner, the game 1 starter for the Squatch, just got out of a bases loaded jam after striking out the first batter of the night. A walk and 2 hit batsmen later, JD was able to get an infield fly, taken care of by Ryan Bachman over at second base to get out of the traffic jam. And now the Squatch are looking to create some trouble of their own as Bryson Hoyer on the first pitch is going to hit that one out towards left field for a fly out as Austin Bunn makes the catch for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down on 1 pitch for the new man on the mound for the Big Sticks. We have not seen him before this season. It is number 19, Steve Marhefke. So if he goes at that pace and that rate, 1 pitch a batter, he'll be out here pretty quick. But we know that's not the case whatsoever. 1 out now to Gabe Springer as he is going to hit that one foul out behind us here in the booth. Strike 1. So Steve Marhefke, brother of Sam Marhefke, another player here on the Big Sticks roster. We've seen Sam before, not Steve. And we know that we do enjoy having Sam on the mound. We might see him in the playoffs, actually, whether that be in Game 2 or a potential Game 3 if necessary. But tonight it is all about the other Marhefke brother. From Neenah, Wisconsin, plays at Upper Iowa University. The 0-2 to Gabe, swing and a miss. A big strikeout there for Marhefke. And now the 1-2 freshman punch of Bryson Hoyer and Gabe Springer taken care of back-to-back here in the first. So here is Ryan Bachman, the 3-hole hitter, as he has been all season for the most part. He's rotated here and there, sometimes in cleanup and sometimes even in the 5-hole. But most of the time, he has been slotted in at third in the lineup. As that ball misses, 4-1. So the 5th pitch of the night for Steve. Already 2 batters retired. Ryan looking to extend the inning as well as the count. Doesn't have to do anything there, as that is over the head of Rogers behind the plate. Off the backstop, ball 2. So Ryan could not find any better spot in the lineup, as he is batting .338 throughout the entire summer campaign. Bachman originally signed a temporary contract joining the Sasquatch last season. Was only supposed to be around for 2 weeks. And then after showing the leadership, the poise, and the playing ability that he has, stayed around for the entire rest of the year. And in year 2 back in the Fish, he finds himself in a huge leadership role, really leading this team and keeping that morale high throughout the entire tough first half of the schedule. And then whenever the times got good to start off the second half, he led them through it. He has been great all year as he takes a 4-pitch walk to get things started tonight. Such a disciplined hitter at the plate. He is not going to swing at anything he does not like, but Marhefke did not give him much to work with. So the first walk of the night for Steve. That brings up Bailey Bordas, who has plenty of pop in his bat. Another guy who all season we've talked about has really turned his season around. Really struggled in the first half of play, as that one is going to be fouled back. Strike 1. And once the end of June and July started rolling around, Bailey really turned things up a notch. And it seems that every flyout he has, every pitch that he squares up is going to be sent out to deep outfield, which is why left, center, and right for the big sticks are only a few feet shy of the track right now. They are way deep against Bailey here. They have seen what he is capable of. So now a 1-1 count to Bordas. Ryan Doran on deck, who's playing first base tonight. We hope to see him here in the first. Big cut there from Bailey, strike 2. The starting 9 here in Game 1 for the Sasquatch, or the starting 9 that we've seen really succeed throughout the second half of play. A lot of day 1 players who started out the season here in Spearfish, as well as a couple of guys like Ryan Doran on deck, who kind of shaded in the last couple of weeks, as Marhefke is going to get out of the inning. A called strike 3 finds the zone, and Bailey Bordas down on strikes. So a 2-out walk to Ryan Bachman, but that is all that Steve Marhefke has to worry about here in the first. We head to the top of the second, still all tied at 0, and an exciting Game 1. Might be a pitcher's duel tonight. We hope so.
We're all going somewhere. Going higher, faster, farther. Going in new directions, to new places. At Monument Health, we keep going so you can keep going. We're dedicated to advanced orthopedic care with the latest innovations, technology, expertise, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner. Learn more at monument.health/orthopedics. keep going so you can keep going. With advanced orthopedic care, technology, innovations, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner.
Back here in the top second inning, both pitchers for the Squatch and the Sticks have gotten through the first unscathed. J.D. Kirshner let back out for his second inning of work tonight, and we hope to see him going deep, as he has been a reliable arm out of the pen and in the starting rotation within the past week and a half. And now taking his biggest start on the mound all summer. Given the nod here in game one, now facing off against the bottom third of the Sticks order. Alex Thurston, the shortstop. We've seen him make plenty of great plays on the infield defensively. Followed by Kobe Krins in the on-deck circle and Alex Erlob to round out the order. A quick 1-1 now for Kirshner. First is Alex Thurston. And that one is going to be grounded softly over to Ryan Bachman. Trippy Hoppy is going to try to make the throw over to first, but not in time. A bit of a bobble on trying to corral the ground ball, and then a little hesitation as he was able to throw over to first, but Thurston, with his speed up the first base line, able to beat it out. So make that the first hit of the night for the Big Sticks. There will not be scored an error. As we mentioned, the infield and the outfield here at Black Hills Energy Stadium this past few weeks has been really tricky. That one took a crazy direction off of the mound, and the first hop on the infield dirt, Ryan Bachman had to turn his body to try to make the play. So now Kobe Krins, the third baseman, batting eighth, and now with Thurston on first base. Kirshner is going to have to get back into business here. So ball one bit outside to Keenan O'Brien behind the plate. We've seen Kobe plenty, whether it be in the starting lineup or on the mound, coming out of the pen this series. One ball, no strikes now to Krins. We'll see what JD can do. And that one is going to show bunt, as Kobe's going to try to use speed. JD using that sidearm, able to make the throw over to first in time. Out number one. So Kobe Krins, using that athleticism, thought that he was going to try to pull a quick one on Kirshner there. And JD could see what was happening immediately, and able to race in just in time. However, that does push Alex Thurston over to second base. And now Alex Erlob, the second baseman, and batting ninth with a runner in scoring position and one out here in the second inning. Alex is one of those guys that I'm sure head coach Cam Johnson is using strategically. He has one of the best batting averages in the Big Sticks lineup, and he's batting ninth. A clean .309 average. As he gets on base plenty, which is a huge spot for the Big Sticks, as Sean D would roll over. The lineup continues. So with Erlob on base, they have plenty of scoring opportunities. As that one's going to be taken upstairs for ball two. Do not want the Big Sticks to break through here early. They are very capable. These are two extremely talented and very similar teams, offensively as well as defensively. In fact, both teams are batting .271 each as a team. Not a single number off, as that one is going to miss for ball three. So now JD quickly behind on Alex Erlob with Sean D on deck. You want to fire a strike here. Do not want to get too many runners on base with the top of the lineup approaching. So let's see what JD can do. The pitch, way outside, ball four. A four-pitch walk to Erlob. And now Sean D is ready at the plate as he's about to step in. But we thank you so much for joining in with us tonight as we are in one of our final 2 potential games here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. As the playoff format in a 3-game set here in the divisional playoffs has the Sasquatch hosting game 1 with their best record in the second half of play. And since the Big Sticks won the first half best record, both teams will travel back to Dickinson starting tomorrow for game 2 and then a Tuesday afternoon game 3 if necessary. As Kirsch is going to find the zone there. Strike 1. And even though both teams have seen each other plenty, in a 5-game homestand for the Squatch just against the Big Sticks to finish the season, it is the playoffs. And everyone has to have very short memory. There has been a lot of competition, a lot of rivalry, and just a lot of fun between the two this entire last week of the regular season and now in the playoffs. Could not ask for any better matchup here. On a beautiful night in Spearfish, JD's quickly ahead in an 0-2 count to Sean D. Looking to finish him off here. Can he do it? The pitch. He can! The second strikeout of the night, Sean D. Back-to-back strikeouts through his first 2 appearances at the plate tonight. So Austin Bunn, the final hope here in the top of the second. JD has had a few runners on the base paths through 1 2/3 innings. But he works with trouble here and there. He is not too fazed by it. He will put you on base sometimes, but he knows how to get out of jams. We hope this is one of those situations here. So now the 2-out pitch to Austin Bunn, the left fielder. As that one's taken just high, and 1-0 count here. I asked JD what his keys to the game were for tonight on the mound. As he says, you know, I just need to trust my stuff and attack the zone. Isn't that what any other pitcher would say? He says, however, I am a collegiate pitcher pitching against a bunch of college hitters, and they are all swinging wood bats this summer. I'll probably win 9 out of 10 times, won't I? And I said, that is a very good point, JD. And especially with the stuff that he has in his arsenal, I'd have to side with him in that argument. So now Bunn and Kirchner locked into a 1-1 count. The pitch, and that was going to be lifted high. We'll see if it stays fair. Keenan O'Brien running as far as he can go. That is going to bounce right off the top of the Sasquatch dugout for a strike 2. So Daniel Rogers in the on-deck circle. The first inning for JD saw a bit of trouble as well. 2 hit batsmen and a walk, had bases loaded before Derek Calvillo popped up on the infield for out number 3. We do not want to see bases loaded again. We want to see a retired batter in Austin Bunn. We'll see if that's the case. It is going to be a grind till the end of the series. Both teams wanting to show what they can do. Gutsy performances this entire week, and JD's having to deliver one tonight. The 1-2. Outside. Count runs even. But we thank you so much for joining us, whether you are listening to us in the stadium. We have a few people doing that tonight that I know of. Or listening to us in Spearfish, or maybe in Dickinson, North Dakota, cheering on the Big Sticks. We are so glad you are here with us tonight. Thank you for all of your support. So now here in the second inning, Deuce is wild, the pitch, and that is going to plunk Austin Bunn in on the wrist. Oh man, we hope he is okay. That is the worst possible spot to be hit. And JD motioning over to Austin saying, my bad. Did not mean to do that at all. So now bases loaded. That is going to be the 3rd hit batsman of the night for Kirchner. He's really been firing on the inside edge of the zone, just a bit too far inside. So same as we faced in the top of the first inning. JD now has bases loaded and 2 outs again. And now Kirshner and Austin Bunn making peace about everything. Bunn is smiling over at first base. He knew it was not intentional. And he seems to be okay, thank goodness. Only 1 hit for the Big Sticks so far tonight. But another bases loaded opportunity for Daniel Rogers, who has been a very scary presence at the plate so far this entire past week. Ball 1 to Rogers. But JD, since joining the Sasquatch in early July, with a 2-1 record, a 2.16 ERA through 16 innings pitched. As Daniel will make the appeal over to the second base umpire. Rogers did not go around. So make that ball 2 with bases juiced. But still 2 outs. This is a perfect opportunity to mention JD has 10 Ks on the year, but 18 walks. So that ratio a bit lopsided. He's looking to change that tonight. And that is why he is so focused on attacking the zone early. Because JD will walk you in a couple of situations here and there. But he's only surrendered 8 hits. He's looking to rely on that infield defense as well as the outfield and just fire away in the zone. And we've seen traces of that filthy stuff that he has. But so far, a little bit of mixed control. As he is now in a 3-0 count to Rogers. That one is going to find the plate right down the middle. Strike 1. Rogers looking for the pitch that he wants, making Kirshner throw a strike. JD has not faced the Big Sticks so far this season. The 3-1 pitch going to be taken just upstairs for the first run of the night, as Rogers is going to take his base, and that scores Alex Thurston. He steps on home plate, a 1-0 lead early here for the Big Sticks in the second inning. And 2 outs, and Jarrett Hunt says that's enough. We're going to go out and have an early mound visit. As JD's not happy with himself on the mound. He wants to keep playing. That is the competitor in Kirshner, through and through. But Coach Hunt, such a great strategizer and a great presence in the dugout. We have been so thankful to have him come midway through the summer season. And you can just tell the respect that the Sasquatch players have for him. As outside of just the willingness to win for the Sasquatch team themselves, they want to win for their coaches. Coach Hunt came in rolling, wheels screeching, with a win now mentality, and that has shown here. The Sasquatch have done exactly that. A 17-11 second half regular season record, good enough to take first place in the division. So after the 5-16 start to the season, never in a million years would I have expected 500 ball from the Sasquatch to end the year. And here we are in the divisional playoffs looking to take game 1 at home. But the Big Sticks looking for the exact same mission here as they take an early 1-0 lead. And now Carson Lummark, the right fielder, with bases loaded. We will see what happens with the 1-0 from Kirshner. That one's taken high. Ball 2. He is still struggling to find the zone. He escaped unscathed in the top of the first, but the Big Sticks are making him throw them strikes. Not reaching for anything, as that one is outside as well. Just off the plate, ball 3. In JD's first start last week, he went 8 innings of 2 hits shutout ball while striking out 4 in Game 3 against the Casper Horseheads. But in a bit more of a jam tonight, the 3-0 to Lundmark, and we'll see if that one is going to find the zone. It does. Strikes the inner third of the plate. Strike 1. But JD has a battle to fight of his own. He knows he needs to fire a strike, but he has to be very careful against Lundmark. The 3-1. That one is going to be lined over to the first base. Ryan Doran digs it out of the dirt, and he is going to step on the first base bag in time. The Big Sticks score 1, but JD Kirshner escapes another bases-loaded jam. He screams into his glove. He is looking for another third inning, as he is probably going to be shown in the next inning, we hope. But so far, only 1 run scores after the Big Sticks load the bases in the first and second innings. Oh, that is okay. Headed to the bottom of the second inning. Big Stick strike first. A 1-0 ball game. Squatch looking to hit right back.
Replacement? With the area's only ROSA robot, Monument Health offers a more personalized and precise procedure, customized for your anatomy. Get going with Monument Health, your partner for advanced orthopedic care.
I wanna shout out to the world so they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on. And she loves me, yeah, she loves me, and it blows my mind.
Hey, nice strike.
Yeah, it blows my mind. She's my lover.
So leading off here in the bottom of the second inning, first baseman Ryan Doran, who just made the ground out play to end the Big Stick scoring threat in the top of the inning. JD Kirshner has been a bit of a struggling performance so far through 2 innings tonight, as he has walked 3 batters and hit 3 Big Sticks batters as well, loading the bases twice through the first 2 innings. But here's the big thing to take away. He is so great at getting out of jams, he's only given up 1 run. Could be so much worse in these situations, but JD does not freak out. A very calm presence on the mound, understanding how to get out of those situations. And he's done it twice now, although the Big Sticks have struck first. As Steve Marhefke currently ahead 0-2 to Ryan Doran, and that is going to miss. Strike 1. Excuse me, ball 1. Said that with such confidence. So Marhefke now in a 1-2 count to Ryan Doran. Watching Ryan in batting practice has been incredible. He will put a lift into one like no one else can. The very tall stature up at the plate right now. Doran joined the Sasquatch just a couple of weeks ago. We have loved what we have seen from him, the 2-2. Brushing the inside edge. Count runs full now against Ryan, as he is looking to get on base any way he can. He's not too selfish to take a walk here. 3-2. That one is going to be swung on and hit high out towards center field. Dead center, if you will, as that one is going to be taken care of by Sean D. We've seen D over a lot at second base, but now in center field in game 1 of the playoffs. The Sasquatch won the first 4 games, including a game 3 playoff clinching walk-off win against the Sticks. And last night, Badlands took the last game of the series to escape a potential sweep. But it was a weird one at that. Both teams were resting a lot of their guys out of the bullpen, had a lot of position players playing around on the field and on the mound. And as head coach Jarrett Hunt told me last night, he was saying, we're just going to have fun in this one, because he knew what today was all about. Both the Squatch and the Sticks going to be fighting it out tonight in the 15th game between both teams this season. Nothing more important than this one right here. The 0-1 now to Keenan O'Brien after Ryan Doran just flew out. Keenan O'Brien earned Player of the Series against the Big Sticks. Just last night we had him in the post-game booth, and we're talking through everything he's been seeing at the plate. He's just been seeing the ball well after a temporary slump at the plate. He had 2 home runs, 2 doubles, 2 singles, and even pitched on the mound against the Big Sticks. So the last 5 games for him have been quite enjoyable, if I can speak for Keenan. But Steve Marhefke being pretty efficient on the mound, not wasting any time. A quick 1-2 now to O'Brien. That was going to be grounded up the middle for the first hit of the night for the Sasquatch. And O'Brien stands over at first base just in time for Gage Crott. Squatch are trying to make some noise and retaliate here, as they have done so well all summer. In game 4 against the Big Sticks, Badlands put up 6 runs in the top of the second inning. And it was a 6-1 ball game temporarily until the Squatch did a bit of their own work offensively. Put up 6 in the bottom of the second inning as well, as they just tend to match their opponent inning for inning in terms of how many runs they can put up on the board. And that was an eventual Sasquatch victory as well. But as we said, we cannot rely too much on the regular season. That was then, this is now. The 0-1 to Gage. He is going to lift that one into shallow right field. We'll see if anyone can get to it. Lundmark, his hat falls off. He is able to make the grab for out number 2. A shallow pop-up right past the right side of the infield. And Carson Lundmark, speedy as ever, able to make the catch. So the designated hitter, Damon Gaither, facing off against Marhefke for the first time tonight. Trey Vorwald, who's batting 9th in the on-deck circle. We'd love to see him as well as the top of the lineup, if that is in the cards, here in the bottom of the second inning. Damon registered 2 hits on the night before being replaced in the middle innings. A check swing there from Damon, fouled off for strike 1. Game 1 is so important for both teams, as in a 3-game series, you feel pretty confident if you were to take the first of 3. And especially with the Sasquatch having to take games 2 and 3 in Dickinson tomorrow night and Tuesday if necessary. A very big crowd always shows up for the Big Sticks ball games. You best believe they will be having an electric playoff atmosphere of their own tomorrow. The 0-2 now to Damon. He is going to send that one high out towards center field. Sean D only takes a few steps to his left and just waits for it to fall into his glove for out number 3. So after Keenan O'Brien puts the first hit of the game up for the Squatch here in the second inning, that is all that they are able to do. 1 hit for each team and 1 run for the Badlands Big Sticks, as they have the advantage headed to the top of the 3rd. J.D. Kirshner coming out and looking to go 1-2-3. We'll be back in just a few minutes on this beautiful Game 1 on July 31st here at Black Hills Energy.
Summer at the Denny Menhold dealerships in Rapid City. Trade-in values are at an all-time high, and there's never been a better time to buy. With over 400 vehicles on location, you're guaranteed to find the right ride to take you into summer. And while you're here, make sure to sign up to win some great summer gear, like a Rice Honda side-by-side, Black Hills Fireplace Traeger smoker, a variety of gift certificates, and more. Come by and check out a great selection of vehicles and summer gear at any of the Denny Menhold dealerships in Rapid City and at menholdsummer.com.
Through life, every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let's take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? Oh, 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 oh. 'Cause every day is a new day. Oh, oh, oh. And everything's going your way.
Big Sticks up early, up just by 1 run. Squatch can easily do something about that, as we have seen time and time again this season. But first, J.D. Kirshner has to come out and have a great inning of his own, as he is through 2 innings. He's given up 1 run, but he has played a bunch of damage control so far. He's gotten out of 2 bases loaded jams in both the first and second innings respectively. We do not want to see that again. The Big Six have been very patient at the plate in making him throw strikes. And luckily for JD, he has found a way to battle it out and only have 1 run and 1 hit to come out of the trouble so far. And he's now quickly ahead 1-2 and a count to Gunnar Hansen. He's working quickly here. The pitch way outside, ball 2. So the 2, 3, 4, and 5 hitters, all for the Big Sticks, hitting 300 or above on the summer. Gunnar Hansen being one of those people. In the 5 spot, batting .313. Steve Marhefke gone through 2 quick and breezy innings. Only given up 1 hit to this point off the bat of Keenan O'Brien. And a walk to add, but striking out 2 Sasquatch hitters. We do not see that very often from the Spearfish bats. Earlier in the season, it seemed that there were about 10 strikeouts a game. The 2-2 to Kirsch, from Kirsch, excuse me, taken up, ball 3. JD has been trying to find the zone. He does not want to have a leadoff walk here. No more replicating what just happened in the first 2 innings. The Big Sticks will eventually take advantage, as that one is going to be swung on and fouled. Out of play behind us in the booth. A 3-2 count. So the payoff pitch going to be grounded foul as well, right in front of the Big Sticks bullpen. Excuse me, Big Sticks dugout, and head coach Cam Johnson playing some soccer with the baseball. Kicking it off his feet, and that one is going to be way outside. Kirshner loses Hansen on a ball that was not even close to Keenan's glove. So JD seems to be struggling with that command early on tonight. We hope he is able to get out of this here in the 3rd inning, as he has to now face off against Derek Calvillo. But JD has such an interesting presence on the mound. He is able to throw overarm as well as sidearm. So you never know what you're expecting, and as an opposing hitter, it can be very deceiving. Trying to figure out what's going to happen as that one is going to be in on the knuckles of Derek Calvillo. An infield pop over to Bailey Bordas for out number 1. That's some of that soft contact we were looking for. So the second pop up on the infield for Calvillo. And Alex Thurston stepping in. Gunnar Hansen over at first base. 1 out here in the 3rd. So now JD looking to have a relatively quick inning. We'll see if we can do it right here. Gabe makes the throw over to second for 1. And Ryan feeds over to first for 2. So the 6-4-3 double play, about as routine as you could ask for. And J.D. Kirshner gets that quick inning he was looking for. Headed to the bottom of the 3rd, Squatch looking to put a few runs up and maybe take this lead back from the sticks. Here in Game 1, we'll be back with you in just a few.
All Balanced Bookkeeping, located right here in Spearfish, is your go-to place for all of your bookkeeping needs. Serving Spearfish for over 2 years, we have over 30 years of bookkeeping experience and can take care of any office tasks, large or small. Contact us now to get in touch with one of our many experienced bookkeepers.
New games every month at the Lodge. We are constantly updating our gaming floor with the latest fun games to keep our guests entertained with new games every month. For the freshest selection of slot machines in town, make the Lodge at Deadwood your gaming destination. The locals' choice for gaming excitement with the newest games is the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort.
So Trey Vorwald stepping in here in the bottom of the 3rd. We are moving along very quickly here in Game 1 action. Steve Marhefke not wasting any time. That one is going to be shot over to the shortstop. Alex Thurston off the back foot. Makes the throw over to first, but that is going to be off the glove of Calvillo. And that'll be an infield hit for Trey Vorwald. We were trying to see if that would be an error for a second, but that was going to be a hit either way. Thurston had to really reach and throw across his body off the back foot, and Derek Calvillo had to try to dig it out of the dirt at the last possible second. It was not an easy play for either party. So the 9-spot hitter Vorwald getting on base as he does so well. The lineup card rolls over for the first time tonight, and we will see if Bryson Hoyer can extend this inning and keep things going for the Squatch against Steve Marhefke. He's had it taken too easily for him through the first 2 innings. Maybe the Squatch can fire back here in the 3rd. The Spearfish offense has been notorious throughout the second half of play for scoring through about the first 3 or 4 innings each game, going a bit quiet through the middle innings and then striking back later in about the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. But we don't want to wait until then. With the Big Sticks holding a 1-run lead early, we want to strike back when we can. We'll see if Trey is going to try to steal at any point. The 1-1 out of Bryson. He is going to lift that one high out towards left field. Austin Bunn racing in on it, and he will make the catch for out number 1. A lot of pop-ups so far for Marhefke. A lot of soft contact and simple, easy flyouts to left and right field. And that might be a reason why Marhefke is working with a 3-1 record and a 1.74 ERA. Through his first 5 starts, he's getting his 6th and the most important action of the season. 1 on, 1 out as Springer shows bunt. Pops that one foul. Down third base line. So we talk about J.D. Kirshner having a great last start, going 8 innings of 2-hit shutout ball against the Casper Horseheads last week. Can't help but say something about Marhefke as well, who went 8 innings of, once again, 2-run ball against the Gem City Bison on July 17th. But it is July 31st now, so 2 weeks on the dot since Steve's last start on the mound, but he has not seemed to be fazed by anything to this point. He might be against Gabe, though. The 1-1 way inside. Ball 2. So neither Steve nor JD have faced their opposing teams. And according to Luke Stair, the play-by-play broadcaster for the Big Sticks, as Gabe is going to shoot that one way high down the right field line. We'll see if Lummark's able to get a catch on it. He is not, as it drifts over into the Sasquatch bullpen. Even when Gabe Springer is fouling off pitches, it is just impressive. The sole power in that man's bat. He will put a lift into anything he sees if he's given the opportunity. And looking to turn on one here. The 2-2, he is going to line that one down the right field line. Count remains at 2-2. But speaking to Luke Stair, he mentioned that Steve Marhefke has been camping around the infield, playing at third some, playing at first base as well, while his brother Sam has been pitching a lot more. The 2-2, that one is going to be shot into right center. That one is going to be cut off, but not in time. Carson Lummark's going to let that one get by him. They're going to wave Vorwald around. Here he comes. The throwback home, not in time. All tied up at 1. Trey Vorwald makes a fashionable slide into home plate, and the Squatch have struck back here in the bottom of the 3rd. So Carson Lummark ran a great route as that looked like it was going to find a gap. He put it in his glove, and then it rolled out all the way to the track. He had to recover. But at that point, Trey Vorwald was already racing to third base and was not stopping. So Gabe Springer does what he does best. An RBI double. And still 1 out for Ryan Bachman. We will see if he makes Marhefke pay here. 1 run and 3 hits for the Sasquatch early on. So the pitch taken outside, and Gabe Springer way off the second base bag. Trots back in time. Does not want to test the arm of Daniel Rogers. So now, Steven in a 1-0 count against Ryan Bachman fires that one outside once more. Ball 2. Throughout the regular season, especially starting out in the first half, the Squatch were hitting below the Mendoza line, hitting in the 100s collectively as a team, and now hitting at 271 as a unit. Crazy how far they have come. It has been such a turnaround of a season, and it is all being put on display here as we have a great crowd for Game 1 of the playoffs. Do not want the fun to stop here, though. It is a 2-1 count to Ryan. He's looking to put one in play and shoot one somewhere where a Big Sticks defender is not. Big cut from Ryan. Count even at 2. The Sasquatch 8-2 in their last 10 games of the season, while the Big Sticks finally broke a 7-game losing streak after a Game 5 win over the Squatch last night. So the teams on two very different tracks to end the season. And everything's starting back over here tonight. As Steve Marhefke shakes off the sign that he is receiving from Daniel Rogers. And Ryan Bachman still locked in to this 2-2 count with Bailey Bordas on deck, Gabe Springer in scoring position. Only one out. The Squatch have a great opportunity here. The pitch. Swing and a miss takes care of Ryan Bachman as he reached out of the zone for that one. A curling away pitch out of the plate takes care of Bach, and that is going to bring up Bailey Bordas as the final hope here in the third inning. And there's going to be a quick visit here. We will see what's going on as there's no action in the Big Sticks bullpen. They might just be talking things over with Steve to make sure that everything is okay. And we will see what is going on. Not necessarily sure. Oh, man. And hopefully Steve is okay. He's checking out his arm. We have the trainer running out on the field. We are going to have a quick break real quick to make sure that everything is okay with him. But as of right now, all tied up at one as they are motioning to the bullpen. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Fun game so far in game one.
Do you know the locals' choice for gaming excitement? It's the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort. With new games arriving every month, our selection of slot machines is the freshest in town. You can always find a game with our card tables open 24 hours a day. And parking is free and easy at the Lodge, with the area's largest free parking only steps away from our front door. Enjoy spacious and comfortable gaming at the Lodge at Deadwood, the locals' choice.
So back here in the bottom of the third inning, it is a tied ball game between the Squatch and the Sticks in game one of the divisional playoffs. And we just took a quick break after an extremely unfortunate development occurred on the mound as pitcher Steve Marhefke was taken off. And I do not want to say anything that is out of my zone of work. I do not know exactly what happened, but it did not seem to be good, as it was a very emotional departure. Off of the mound, he heads back to the Big Sticks dugout, and our thoughts are with him through whatever just happened. But he will not be returning to tonight's action, as the Big Sticks had to go to Braxton Greenberg, number 26, on the mound very quickly. He just had his warm-up pitches on the mound, and now we're getting ready for action. 2 outs here with Gabe Springer on second base, and the first pitch is going to hit Bailey Bordas. As Bordas turned in time and made it hurt a lot less as he heads over to first base. And now Ryan Dorn with runners on first and second, looking to break the tie here. But just the way that everything was looking on the mound, it did not look to be very good. So we hope that Steve is able to recover from whatever it is much sooner rather than later, as a lot of quiet has gone over the ballpark. That one's going to be grounded over to Thurston at short. He makes the throw over to first in time. Tried to make the throw over to second first, and then decided that was not going to be the case. Made the throw over to first instead, and still got Ryan Dorn out in time. So Braxton Greenberg comes in and gets the final out of the third inning, but a huge loss for the Badlands Big Sticks team, and a very unfortunate moment here for Steve Marhefke. We hope he is all right. We head to the top of the fourth inning, all tied up at 1.
When you venture to spearfish in the Black Hills of South Dakota, you'll find rugged hiking and biking trails, extreme rock climbs, and views that will take your breath away. Plan a spearfish vacation and come find your adventure. Spearfish, my great place in South Dakota.
Somewhere, going higher, faster, farther, going in new directions, to new places. At Monument Health, we keep going so you can keep going. We're dedicated to advanced orthopedic care with the latest innovations, technology, expertise, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner. Learn more at monument.health/orthopedics.
The 8-9-1 hitters due up for the Big Six here in the top of the fourth inning. And J.D. Kirshner, after turning a double play just a few moments ago in the top of the third, looking for another quick inning like that one, as that one is going to be shot foul down the left field line. Kobe Krins up to bat, as he was hit by a pitch earlier in tonight's contest. And Alex Erlob on deck, who took a walk. It has been a bit of a control thing for JD tonight, as that one is going to miss inside. Ball 1. But as we mentioned, after hitting 3 Big Stick hitters and walking 3 as well, walking 4 now to this point, he has only surrendered 1 run. That is quite impressive and a way to alleviate a lot of damage here in the playoffs. The Big Sticks are a team that are quick to take advantage of other teams' mistakes. And so far, JD has kept it down only to 1 run. And the Squatch able to fire back in the bottom of the third keep this a tied ball game to this point, as it is now 7:47 p.m. A little over an hour since first pitch. We're moving right along. And in playoff baseball, especially in Summer League, being in the top of the fourth, pretty quick action, as that was going to be way over the head of Kobe Krins. He had to bend over and duck out of the way. Kirshner not happy with that one either, as he loses Kobe, and that one is going to get away from Keenan O'Brien, as the Big Sticks were yelling at Kobe to try second base, but he stays over at first. So now Ryan Bachman coming over from second base, talking it over with JD on the mound, saying, hey, you got plenty of it left in you. And you have to imagine that, especially for JD, not facing against the Big Sticks this year, only making his second start all season on the mound, facing off in a very crucial Game 1 of the playoffs. That's enough for anybody to be overwhelmed. But JD does not seem to be overwhelmed in the least bit. He's just needing to find that strike zone. Big cut from Erlob. Strike one. So make that the fifth batter that Kirshner has walked to this point. And going back to the Casper Horseheads Game 3, where he went 8 innings of shutout ball, JD still walked 6 Casper hitters. But that's just another testament to how he's able to get out of trouble. He can put you on base time after time, excuse me. But most of the time, you will not be able to work with much off of it. The Big Sticks seeing that firsthand here. We hope that JD's able to keep the work up. The 0-1 turns 0-2. As the sun is starting to go down here at the park, it is now starting to shade over the ballpark and across the entire outfield. So now Kirsch and Erlob. The 0-2 pitch. Ooh, curled into the inside third of the plate, but Kirshner did not get his call. So he'll have to try again, the 1-2. So JD looking to get back to his principles of the game, trusting his stuff in the first place and attacking the zone, getting ahead of hitters. And last week against the Horseheads was his perfect example of what he can do when he is on. However, the Big Sticks do not strike out very often. The Horseheads whiffed a lot more. But Badlands, a very disciplined offense. That one is going to be grounded over to Bailey Bordas, and he is going, that one's going to fall out of his glove. That'll probably be tagged an error. The first of the 9 for the Sasquatch as it falls right out of his glove. And JD struggling here in the top of the fourth, not getting the help he was wanting there on that play. Bailey Bordas was trying to rush in on it and maybe try to turn 2. A quick runner with Kobe Krins rushing over to second base. That might not have been the situation, but it would have at least gotten maybe the first out of the night. But instead, the lineup card rolls over for Sean D with runners on first and second, and the Big Sticks knocking on the door once more. Still only one hit for Badlands. Runners on first and second, nobody out, and that is going to be a bunt laid down, and bases are loaded courtesy of Sean D. The infield for the Sasquatch was not shading in, and I'm not sure if they expected that necessarily, but Sean D laid down the bunt, did his job, and now sets up a bases loaded opportunity with nobody out for Austin Bunn. We've seen Austin turn on a few and hit a couple of balls out of the park. We hope that is not the situation here. We mentioned that JD, when he is attacking the zone, makes a lot of soft contact against his opposing hitters. And that is what you love out of your pitcher. A lot of ground balls, a few weakly hit pop-ups on the infield. We've seen a couple of them tonight, but JD has to keep firing and hitting the zone because the Big Sticks are waiting for their pitches. They are not taking any balls. As that one taken across the plate for strike one. So no balls, one strike. JD looking to get ahead of Austin here. The pitch. That one is going to be grounded over to Gabe Springer. He's going to get that one and make the throw over to first in time for out number one. The Squatch will exchange an out for a run. As the Big Sticks now have a 2-1 lead. Kobe Krins coming home from third. On the ground ball, Austin Bunn does his job. And now Daniel Rogers stepping in with one out and runners on second and third. So while I'm sure both teams are looking for a change of scenery at some point after playing each other for 6 games in a row, including tonight, the audience here at Black Hills Energy Stadium has been enjoying every second of it. Both teams have been fighting back and forth all season. I would have to argue that this has been the most exciting week of Summer League action we have had all season, and it has been solely against the Big Sticks. The 1-0 now as Kirshner's pitch to Rogers on the way. Big hack, strike one. As Wyatt Adams is warming up in the Sasquatch bullpen. We'd like to see him a lot later, as Coach Jarrett Hunt wants to use his pitchers as much as he can, especially in these important moments. Do not want to utilize too much of that bullpen early on in game one. Still have games 2 and a game 3 if necessary, both in Dickinson. But now, JD just looking to get out of the 4th inning here. He surrendered 1 run, but looks to keep it at that. The 1-2, it will be lifted foul once more. So the Big Sticks do not have anyone working in their bullpen. They are going to let Braxton Greenberg pitch for a while, as Braxton had to warm up on a very short notice after Steve Marhefke, the starting pitcher, left action just a few minutes ago. Did not look good, whatever it was. We're not sure what the diagnosis is, obviously, so we're not going to say anything on our behalf. As Daniel Rogers takes that pitch, a swing and a miss. J.D. Kirshner struck him out for out number 2, and that brings in Carson Lundmark. But we hope that Marhefke is okay, as it is a huge loss for the Big Sticks. And our thoughts are just with him in general, for whatever it might be. And now Lundmark, who is 0 for 2 on the day so far, has an opportunity with 2 outs and runners on second and third. This has been a sight that has been familiar for Kirshner to this point, but he has settled in. The first pitch outside, ball 1. Every single game of the homestand for the last 5 games of the regular season, outside of really games 4 and 5, first 3 games especially, all came down to the wire. Either the Squatch or the Sticks would build a big lead, and then the opposing team would fight their way back in the later innings. Some controversy here and there, a lot of passion, a lot of emotion. The best kind of games you could expect in summer ball, as that one is going to be fired outside of the zone, as the count now runs 2-1. So now JD looking to throw the strike to Lundmark. Big cut on a pitch upstairs. Beautiful pitch there from JD. And now the home crowd getting into it, as they have been looking forward to this for quite a while. Amazing turnouts for games 1 through 5 to end the season, and now another great crowd tonight for game 1 of the divisional playoffs. The 2-2 from Kirsch. That one is going to be hit out towards left field. Gage Crott gets a good read on it and makes the catch as he drifts over into left center for out number 3. J.D. Kirshner surrenders a run, but it could be much, much worse as the Big Sticks have 2 runs on only 2 hits. J.D. gets out of the jam once more. As he is through 4 complete, we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Squatch looking to strike right back as the Sticks lead 2-1 in game 1.
Health, we keep going so you can keep going. With advanced orthopedic care, technology, innovations, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner.
Walk through life. Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let it take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day. And everything's going your way. And you wanna make it last forever. We'll keep it together, 'cause it keeps getting better. Hey, it keeps getting better.
A back and forth affair so far tonight as the Big Sticks have a 2-1 lead headed to the bottom of the 4th. Hopefully not for long. The Sasquatch don't want to wait around either. As Keenan O'Brien batting 6th tonight. Got the first hit for the Squatch to this point and looking to add another to the resume so far in game 1. I'm Win Andrews, your voice of the Sasquatch, and so happy to have you with us, joining us on the live stream, whether it be from Dickinson, North Dakota, watching as a Big Sticks fan, or around the Spearfish area, or maybe somewhere else. Either way, we're so happy to have you here as the 0-1 to O'Brien is taken outside of the zone. Ball 1. Braxton Greenberg out for his first full inning for the Big Sticks. The pitch to Keenan, taken off the plate, ball 2. So O'Brien batting .258, 23 for 89 on the season, with 2 home runs and 8 RBIs. Both of the home runs on the season coming in the Big Stick series last week. The 2-1 from Braxton turns 3-1. So man, oh man, we would not mind seeing one of those huge mammoth shots from Keenan right here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2 runs, 2 hits for the Big Sticks, 1 run and 3 hits for the Squatch. Keenan looking to make it hit number 4. As that is going to be taken inside. Strike 2. Found the inner third of the plate. And now a full count. So now Braxton's payoff pitch, swing and a miss. Sits down Keenan O'Brien as Braxton goes to that velo and uses all of it against Keenan right there. A big hack, and O'Brien unable to catch up to it. So Gage Crott stepping in now. Gage is 0 for 1 tonight, but batting a solid .268 on the summer campaign, as he has manned left field excellently, if that's a word. So let's see what Crott can do, all the way from Belle Fourche, South Dakota. Only a couple minutes down the road, as Braxton fires in his first pitch to Gage. Strike one. We saw Braxton, I believe, maybe in game 2 against the Big Sticks. He did not last long as a starter on the mound. The 0-1. Big hack for strike 2. A beautiful pitch there from Greenberg. So now Braxton out for his second time in 6 games against the Sasquatch, looking for a bit of a vengeance performance on the mound, and so far he is getting it, as back-to-back strikeouts of Keenan O'Brien and Gage Crott have the Squatch down to their final out here in the 4th. All up to Damon Gaither to keep things going here.
Now batting for the Sasquatch, number 34, Damon Gaither.
The Sasquatch, who were so hungry to make the playoffs, took matters into their own hands and won the first 3 against the Big Sticks in an eventual Game 4, but the Game 3 was the huge playoff clinching one to put us in this situation here in Game 1 tonight. A walk-off single that drove Ryan Bachman home from second base in the bottom of the 10th inning. Led the Squatch to the playoffs. And now they're looking to make up for that tonight and keep things going. Big cut from Damon, strike 2. But so far tonight, Badlands has really just shown a lot of focus and a lot of grit so far. Marhefke started off strong on the mound, and so far Braxton Greenberg, as he's officially now through 1 inning complete, continues to show that grit as well. As that pitch fired inside, ball 1 to Damon. So Gaither from Olympia, Washington, plays at Everett Community College. No one on base, 2 outs. We'll see what Damon can do. Greenberg's 1-2, swing and a miss. Braxton Greenberg just struck out the Sasquatch side in the 4th inning. Wow. So after Braxton Greenberg gets beat up a little in Game 2 against the Sasquatch early last week, he turns right around and fires 3 strikeouts, all in the 4th inning. And now we head to the top of the 5th, as we will see who is out on the mound here, if it'll be JD or someone else. But all you need to know right now, it is a 2-1 ball game. Squatch hoping to make up and take over that deficit sooner rather than later. Be back in just a few minutes. You are watching Squatch Baseball.
New games every month at the Lodge. We are constantly updating our gaming floor with the latest fun games to keep our guests entertained with new games every month. For the freshest selection of slot machines in town, make the Lodge at Deadwood your gaming destination. The locals' choice for gaming excitement with the newest games is the Lodge at Deadwood Gaming Resort.
Back here in the top of the 5th inning, it is a 2-1 ball game. The Big Sticks have the lead so far tonight as the regular season has ended and the postseason begins. You never know what is going to happen in summer ball action. As we just mentioned a few minutes ago, J.D. Kirshner is no longer on the mound for the Sasquatch. He gives away to Wyatt Adams, who has come out of the pen. He's been warming up the last inning. And that'll end the night for J.D. after he went 4 innings, giving up 2 hits, surrendering 2 runs, walking 5, and striking out 3. So a lot of command issues here and there, but J.D. still ultimately able to keep this a 1-run ball game. Impressive performance, alleviating the damage, especially against a hot Big Sticks offense, as Wyatt fires way up high, ball 2. Against who appears to be, we will see, Gunnar Hansen. That's right. So now the 2-1 from Wyatt, up high again, ball 3. And JD's departure is probably not due to his actual performance on the mound so far. In fact, we have heard that JD, after pitching that 8 innings just last week, he was put on a shorter pitch count tonight. The 3-1 from Wyatt, way inside, ball 4. A leadoff walk to Gunnar Hansen, and that's going to bring up Derek Calvillo. So 1 through 9, just as the Sasquatch have such a threatening lineup all throughout their batting orders, same goes for the Big Sticks. Because right after a hitter like Hansen follows Derek Calvillo, who's had some fun at Black Hills Energy Stadium in the regular season. We've seen the power he's capable of in his bat. But Wyatt, not afraid, fires in that strike 1. So Kirshner, understanding that he did have a bit of a leash tonight, a shorter pitch count. But it is still a 2-1 ball game. The Squatch able to come back from a lot worse from that this season, as that one is going to spike in the dirt and go over the head of Keenan O'Brien. And now Gunnar Hansen reaches second base. Still nobody out. Gunnar's in scoring position. So we will see what Wyatt can do against Derek here. Both teams have gotten to know the opposing lineup very well, as we've played each other 15 times, including tonight. As Calvillo swings on that one, gets just a piece of it, and fouls it at the plate. A 1-2 count. Derek is the beer batter on the night, and he would do us such a solid if he struck out here. He'd give everyone at the Black Hills Energy Stadium $1 off their beer. A bit of an unlucky pick, as Derek does not strike out often, but maybe Wyatt can pull a string here and make it happen. The 1-2, that one is going to be grounded over to the first baseman. Ryan Doran makes the easy step on first base. So we will take the out. The runner advances over to third, but 1 out, and Derek Calvillo retired. So here comes Alex Thurston, 1 for 2 on the night. And Thurston has really impressed plenty of us in the booth so far throughout the last series of the year. He's manned shortstop for the most part, and he has made plenty of highlight-worthy plays. Cannot say enough about a lot of what he's done for the Big Sticks. So Wyatt Adams in a very crucial situation here. That one's going to be shot right into center field. It's going to drop, and Alex Thurston gets an RBI knock. Scores Gunnar Hansen from third base. It is a 3-1 ball game. And the Big Sticks add another run to their lead. A little insurance. And a huge spot for the 7-hitter Thurston. That brings up Kobe Krenz. So Wyatt Adams has given up the third run of the night for the Sasquatch after coming in relief for J.D. Kirshner. Adams from Seattle, Washington, as Keenan O'Brien does a great job of keeping it in front of him. Man, I tell you what, O'Brien deserves 2 separate Player of the Series awards, one for his performance at the plate and another for his work behind it. He's kept so many pitches in the dirt, and a lot of just wild pitches in general, close to him. Because the Big Sticks base runners are not afraid to be aggressive. They will run on you, as Alex Thurston is doing right now. That one is going to be grounded just foul, so luckily Alex has to turn and make his way back to first base. Wyatt Adams, the Seattle boy, plays at Whitman College. And it has been great getting to know Wyatt so far this season, as he made his way over to Spearfish with his fellow Whitman teammate Jack Hostetler. And both of them have been great for the Sasquatch this year, as that one's fired low and away. Ball 2. So making an even night on the scoreboard for the visiting Big Sticks. 3 runs on 3 hits. Two balls, 1 strike. Wyatt looking over to first base and makes a fast pickoff throw over to first. But Alex Thurston way ahead of Adams on that. Slides back in time. 8:15 here at the ballpark in the top of the 5th inning. The 2-1 to Kobe. He sends that one out of play. Count now at 2-2. Another great night at the ballpark here for the first game of the playoffs, and a great crowd. Very excited to see everyone in attendance. And with the Squatch traveling to Dickinson tomorrow, either way, for a Game 2 and potentially a Game 3. We hope that you'll be joining in, as that one is going to get past Keenan. He's unable to catch that one. It's off the backstop, and Alex Thurston, who already had a good lead off of first, able to easily make his way over to second base. He had been eyeing the second base bag for a while, and he finally reaches it as the count runs full. And Wyatt looking to retire Kobe Krenz here. But the Big Sticks live stream will be covered by play-by-play broadcaster Luke Stara. We hope that you will be able to tune in and listen to his call as the Squatch look to take the series in North Dakota starting tomorrow. So Kobe locked in to a full count battle with Wyatt here in the 5th inning. Krenz is batting below the Mendoza line, just 2 points below at 198. The payoff pitch from Wyatt, that one is going to be shot into center field. That one's going to drop as well. We'll see if they try to wave the runner at third around. They are not. Alex Thurston puts the brakes on over at third base. So Kobe Krenz gets a hit. I have jinxed it all, as that'll help Kobe's batting average for sure. I'm sure that has to feel good. He's smiling over there at first base. Runners on the corners for the Big Six. They continue to threaten, courtesy of a lot of production on the bottom half of this Big Six order. So we'll see what's going on here now, as there's going to be a quick mound visit between Adams, O'Brien, and head coach Jarrett Hunt. The Big Sticks continue to get their hits. They have been very patient at the plate, and that is more of what we've seen so far, especially early on in the year. The Big Sticks took 5 out of 6 against the Sasquatch to start the season, and granted, the Sasquatch were nowhere near full strength. A much different team than what we see now. But at the same time, the Big Sticks are showing that plate discipline that has gotten them so far this year. And at no more of an important time than now. Here in game 1, they have a 3-1 advantage, and they're trying to add on in the 5th inning. So as the infield disperses, that is going to bring up Alex Erlop. And I'm sure that Coach Hunt and the rest of the defense behind Wyatt Adams went up to the mound and said, hey, you are at the bottom of the lineup here, but you are facing a good hitter in Alex Erlop. He's batting above 300, and he's in the 9 spot. So with runners on first and third, remember to be careful. We'll see how Wyatt decides to attack Erlop here, because either way, Sean D's in the on-deck circle. As Kobe Krins is going to try to steal second base, the tag way ahead of Kobe for out number 2. A huge one at that. Krins did not have a good jump. And the missile of an arm of Keenan O'Brien behind the plate, able to make the throw over to Ryan way in time. Bachman was just waiting for Krins to reach the second base bag. So now that changes things tremendously. A runner on third base now. And Alex Erlop has to make contact. He's going to shoot that one over to second baseman. Ryan Bachman is going to let that one get past him. That will be an error. And Alex Thurston scores. Man, oh man. That is very unfortunate. A hard grounder, but Ryan Bachman looked to get under it, but that one gets right under his glove. 2 errors on the night for the Sasquatch, and both of them proving to be very costly here in game 1. As another run scores off of an error. 4 runs for the Big Six. They have a 3-run lead with a runner on first now, and Sean D stepping in. And for Badlands, on the road in game 1, they will take runs any way they can get them. So we'll see if Wyatt can recover here. 22 strikeouts through 32 innings pitched. The 1-0. That one is going to be grounded over to Gabe Springer. He's going to make the soft feed over to Ryan Bachman for a quick out number 3. So an error scores another run here in the top of the 5th as the Big Sticks pull a pair of their own and increase this to a 4-1 ball game. So the Squatch, all they can do is fight back and make up for it themselves. No one else can do it for them. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Big Sticks up by 3.
When you venture to spearfish in the Black Hills of South Dakota, you'll find rugged hiking and biking trails, extreme rock climbs, and views that will take your breath away. Plan a spearfish vacation and come find your adventure. Spearfish, my great place in South Dakota.
Bookkeeping, located right here in Spearfish, is your go-to place for all of your bookkeeping needs. Serving Spearfish for over 2 years, we have over 30 years of bookkeeping experience and can take care of any. Contact us now to get in touch with one of our many experienced bookkeepers.
going higher, faster, farther, going in new directions, to new places. At Monument Health, we keep going so you can keep going. We're dedicated to advanced orthopedic care with the latest innovations, technology, expertise, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner. Learn more at monument.health/orthopedics.
So the Badlands Big Sticks have been in Spearfish for almost a week now, and they have shown their aggravation and their readiness to get home for games 2 and 3 of this series, as they have scored 1 in the second inning, 1 in the fourth, and 2 in the fifth, as Trevor was going to pop that one on the infield. 1 pitch, 1 out for Braxton Greenberg on the mound. Greenberg just struck out the side a few minutes ago. 3 up, 3 down for the Sasquatch hitters in the fourth. Hopefully a little different story here in the bottom of the fifth. Great opportunity here with Bryson Hoyer leading things off for the Sasquatch tonight in the order. Hoping to get a big inning going. But this is more of the Big Sticks team that we have been used to seeing throughout the rest of the year. And the first pitch to Bryson, fouled back. So we'll see what the man from Loyola Marymount University can do against Braxton Greenberg. The 0-1, that one is going to be chopped high over to the third baseman, and Crinz's throw over to first just in time for out number 3. Or out number 2, excuse me. I'm just losing track of numbers all over the place tonight. It has been a long series for me, as well as for both teams, I'm sure. So Gabe Springer, after Braxton Greenberg gets a pop out and a ground out for a quick first 2 innings, quick first 2 outs. Gabe Springer responsible for the lone RBI tonight for the Squatch. That one is going to be grounded past first base, foul, strike 1. So Bryson and Gabe love calling themselves the freshman punch. They hit back-to-back in the lineup, as Bryson will be attending Loyola Marymount in the fall, and Gabe Springer is heading to Stanford. A lot of talent in the Sasquatch lineup, 1 through 9. And the same can be said for the Big Sticks, no doubt about it. So Braxton on a strike away from ending it here in the fifth. And Gabe gets just a piece of it off of the face mask of Rogers behind the plate. Count remains 0-2. Braxton from Mayville State as well. A teammate with Carson Lummark at Mayville, as well as with the Big Sticks, as that one is swung on and lined directly to the shortstop for out number 3. Another 1-2-3 inning for Braxton Greenberg, and he is looking good on the mound tonight. Headed to the top of the 6th inning, moving right along. The Squatch are looking to cut back into this lead, hopefully very soon. 4 runs, 4 hits for the Big Sticks. 1 run and 3 hits with 2 errors for the Sasquatch to this point. To the top of the 6th we go. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Knee replacement? With the area's only ROSA robot, Monument Health offers a more personalized and precise procedure, customized for your anatomy. Get going with Monument Health, your partner for advanced orthopedic care.
The 2-3-4 hitter is up now for the Big Sticks here in the top of the 6th inning after Braxton Greenberg has gone back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings against the Sasquatch offense. That is not what we are used to. As the first pitch from Wyatt Adams in his 2nd inning of work. Way low. Ball 1 to Austin Bunn. Austin with an RBI tonight. And that pitch finds the plate, strike 1. I spoke with one of our interns just a few moments ago, and he said looking down into the Sasquatch bullpen, it seems that they are a little tense. I'm sure there's a lot of playoff jitters here. Both teams understanding what is at stake, and it does not take much to conclude that the Big Sticks look a lot more comfortable at the plate than the Squatch do right now. So going to have to start making up some ground sooner rather than later, as we are already in the 6th inning of work. And so far the Big Sticks pitching has been very impressive. Wyatt Adams quickly behind, a 3-1 count now to Bunn. Needs to fire back, does not want to put him on first base. Strike 2. Austin Bunn has to hang around for another pitch. And the significance of winning game 1 for either team cannot be stated enough. So important, especially in a short 3-game set. The payoff pitch from Adams. That one is going to be sent way high out towards left field. Gage Crott going as far back as he can go. That one is gone. Austin Bunn, a solo home run here in the top of the 6th inning, and this crowd is silent. Wow. He waited for Wyatt to throw him a pitch that he liked, and he loved that one. A 5-1 ball game now for the Big Sticks, and they are swinging some big bats tonight. And they are pumped up over there at the dugout. And they've celebrated their home run there, and a 4-run lead now as they continue to pile it on. Now the Sasquatch have seen plenty of very significant deficits throughout this summer schedule. But in a playoff game like this one, they are going to have to get things going very soon. Austin Bunn just made it a tad more difficult. That ball was touched. Five runs, and now 5 hits for the Big Sticks. Cannot ask for any better than that. Taking advantage of their opportunities at the plate. And Bunn knew it off of the bat. The 1-1 now to Wyatt. That one's going to be sent out towards left field. Gage Crott making the read and making the catch for out number 1 here in the 6th inning. So now the first out here in the 6th inning. Off the bat of Daniel Rogers, flied out to left. Carson Lundmark stepping in, who is 0 for 3 on the night. We hope he stays that way. The Big Sticks for the first 4 games of this series really didn't show a lot of pop in the bat. We knew that they had it, but they were not displaying it the way they probably wanted to. A grand slam last night in Game 5, in a game that really didn't mean much. Both teams knew they were going to the playoffs, but if anything, I am sure it gave them plenty of momentum headed into tonight's action. And so far, that is on full display. The Sasquatch very quiet in the dugout, as this is not how they wanted their Game 1 experience to be going to this point in time. 2 balls, 1 strike. Wyatt looking to get out of the inning. Lundmark with 9 home runs and 37 RBIs on the season. Big pitch there from Wyatt. Carson Lundmark fell for it. Low and inside. Too good for Carson not to swing at. completely whiffs it, though. It is a 2-2 count. And the pitch from Wyatt outside. Count runs full. The Sasquatch faithful here at home looking for something to get excited about. So far it has been the Big Sticks day. Wyatt's pitch. That one is going to be way inside. I'm not sure if that hit Lundmark or not. Could not tell, but he makes his way over to first, as it was way inside either way. The inning continues, and still no one active in the Sasquatch bullpen. In a 4-run game, I'm interested to see what head coach Jarrett Hunt is going to do for the next few innings. We're already in the 6th, with a game 2 either way tomorrow. Probably trying to save his bullpen arms and let Wyatt go as long as he can, trusting that the Sasquatch will eventually find their offensive groove. So now, 1 ball, no strikes from Wyatt. Outside again, ball 2. And now Wyatt struggling to find the zone as well. It is a 5-1 ball game, only a 4-run deficit, and in summer ball, anything can happen, especially with the Sasquatch lineup that has been shown every game this season. However, against a team like the Big Sticks, who are very talented offensively and defensively, you have to start picking up your lost ground very soon. Cannot rely on a complete 9th inning comeback here. So J.D. Kirshner starting out the night, going 4 innings of work, giving up 2 runs, and Wyatt Adams now 1 1/3 done. 3 hits and 2 earned runs. That one misses as well. It is a 3-1 count. And even though it is a 5-1 ball game, you have to keep it here. Do not want to push this lead any past 4 runs. A huge batter to face, as Wyatt is now in a lock with Gunnar Hansen, as that one is going to be swung on. And right to third baseman Bailey Bordas gets it on 1 hop and makes a throw over to first in time for the 2nd out of the inning. A big one at that. So here comes Derek Calvillo, the ever scary bat in this Big Sticks lineup. So Austin Bunn a few moments ago to start out the 6th inning went absolutely yard over the left field wall. Not his first home run at Black Hills Energy this season, only adding to his tally. 2 outs, 1 on second base. That one is going to find a gap into left field. Let's see if they're going to wave him around. They are. Carson Lundmark coming home. Gage's throw home, not in time. Up the line, and that was a wild pitch. They are going to see if Calvillo, we're going to try for 3. He doesn't, but he heads back to second now, an RBI double. And he is motioning to the Big Sticks dugout. They remain pumped up. A 6-1 ball game, and another run crosses for the Big Sticks here in game 1. And the Sasquatch faithful are stunned. So with a speedy runner like Lundmark running around third base, Gage Crott in left field had a great recovery and was able to make a really impressive and contested throw home. But just at the last second, Keenan O'Brien not able to get the glove on Lundmark as he'd already crossed home plate. Calvillo still on second base. It is a 5-run game now. We have to keep it here. Limit the bleeding as much as we can. And Alex Thurston, who has been the man so far for the Big Sticks tonight, 2 for 3 with an RBI, accounting for 2 of the runs that have crossed for the Big Sticks to this point. He is going to hit that one foul. And he's quickly behind 0-2.
Here we go, Sasquatch fans, let's help him out.
So Alex Thurston from Fowler, Indiana. As our video production man, Patrick Hennessy, right next to me in the booth, was very surprised. He's from Indiana as well. He says, oh, that's about 30 minutes from my house. So Patrick, you and Alex Thurston are basically neighbors in Indiana. The 0-2 from Wyatt. Taken in the dirt. And they have Calvillo here in a rundown, and Keenan O'Brien getting closer and closer and closer to Derek Calvillo. We'll see what's going on here, and Derek's just going to stand there, but now we're going to try to get in the rundown. Ryan Bogdan's going to make the throw over to Bailey Bordas, and Derek Calvillo unable to get out of the pickle here in the top of the 6th as he is tagged out for out number 3. Not sure what was going on there. That was a weird way to begin the rundown, but either way, the Squatch will take it because they were desperate to get out of the 6th there. Not before the Big Sticks tag on 2 more off of a solo home run from Austin Bunn and an RBI single from RBI double from Derek Calvillo. Makes this a 5-run ball game. The Squatch have to make up ground and make it up fast. Headed to the bottom of the 6th, 6-1 ball game. Big Sticks on top.
Summer at the Denny Menhold dealerships in Rapid City. Trade-in values are at an all-time high, and there's never been a better time to buy. With over 400 vehicles on location, you're guaranteed to find the right ride to take you into summer. And while you're here, make sure to sign up to win some great summer gear, like a Rice Honda side-by-side, Black Hills Fireplace Traeger smoker, a variety of gift certificates, and more. Come by and check out a great selection of vehicles and summer gear at any of the Denny Menhold dealerships in Rapid City and at menholdsummer.com.
All going somewhere, going higher, faster, farther, going in new directions, to new places. At Monument Health, we keep going so you can keep going. We're dedicated to advanced orthopedic care with the latest innovations, technology, expertise, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner. Learn more at monument.health/orthopedics.
So here in the top of the 6th, the Big Sticks have added a pair once more, back-to-back innings of 2 runs for the Sticks, and now they have a 6-1 lead. They're feeling pretty good about it. Their dugout is very energetic and looking to the right side of the infield. The Sasquatch dugout is not looking the same, and they're hoping to gain some energy here in the middle innings of tonight's action. Starting out with Ryan Bachman. The 1-0 as Braxton Greenberg is back on the mound for his 3rd inning of work, and why not? He struck out the side in the 4th, and in the 5th he went 1-2-3. Hopefully the Sasquatch do not repeat that here in the 6th inning. They need to pull at least a couple of runs across. As that one is taken up. Ball 3, Braxton quickly behind, and a 3-0 count. One run and 3 hits for the Sasquatch to this point, but that is all right. Ryan Bachman looking to get the inning started with a 4-pitch walk. Not sure who is coming out of that bullpen for the Big Sticks eventually, but we'll see how far Braxton goes. I would have to imagine that with plenty of games left to be played and a lot of innings left to take over, in a 5-run game, head coach Cam Johnson is going to let Braxton definitely try to get through the 6th on his own. Bailey Bordas stepping in now with Ryan over at first base. That one is swung on and lifted out of play. Strike 1.
Remember to take your foul ball to the concession stand. You don't have far to go for that one. You get a Squatch ball.
So the Sasquatch, who are so good at scoring in the first few innings of action seemingly every single night have gotten off to a bit slower start. And a lot of that is courtesy of the great pitching from the big sticks so far. Really gutsy performance from Steve Marhefke, who had to leave action early, and Braxton Greenberg, who has pitched very effective relief after his departure, going 2 1/3. And now facing his 10th batter. He's quickly ahead, 0-2 on Bailey. We need Bordas to do something here. And he is going to send that one way high. It's a high pop-up. We'll see if Derek Calvillo is able to make a play. And he is. Right in front of the Squatch dugout. Only takes a few steps to his left from the first base bag in foul territory. And that is going to sit down Bailey as Ryan Doran steps up again. It has been a very quiet night for the Squatch. So 1 on, 1 out. Watching just all of the pitches that Ryan Doran was taking deep during batting practice. Obviously a different scenario with a guy like Braxton Greenberg on the mound, but still seeing what Ryan Doran can do when he squares up on a pitch is just straight scary. We hope he can barrel one up here to close this gap. The 0-1, big cut. Braxton goes with the heat, flies it right past him for strike 2. So officially over 2 hours since action began tonight. 8:45 p.m. Mountain Time. And Braxton Greenberg quickly ahead 0-2. That one's going to be sent way high, not too deep, right past the infield as the second baseman calls it off. Alex Erlob makes the grab for the second out of the inning. So back-to-back pop-ups. That one's sent a bit deeper, obviously, than Bordas's. But still a lot of soft contact for Braxton Greenberg against a very dangerous Sasquatch lineup. Not squaring a lot of pitches up so far tonight. So let's see something, Keenan. He absolutely tore up the big sticks in the 5-game series to end the regular season. We hope he's able to carry that momentum into tonight's action. It was the first hit of the night and would be a huge out number 2 with Ryan Bachman on first. Maybe find a gap and potentially get Ryan home. It only takes a bloop and a blast for this team, truly. And obviously with a 5-run lead, they'd have to do a little bit more than that. But that's just to say that does not take much for the Sasquatch to completely turn a game around. When they find their energy, it is hard to stop. Gage Crott in the on-deck circle, lurking right behind Keenan here. 2 balls, no strikes. Braxton Greenberg in a 2-0 count. Outside again. So ball 3 against the Sasquatch on July 27th, so 4 days ago, and a 7-9 loss for the Sticks. Braxton started the game, went 2 innings, giving up 5 earned, along with 5 hits and 2 walks. Tonight, he does not have that sort of stat line, at least for now. The 3-0, big cut from Keenan. He was wanting a home run off of Braxton there. Swinging for the sky. But either way, still a 3-1 count. Keenan way ahead. Greenberg has to fire a strike here if he wants to avoid O'Brien getting on base. And that one is going to clip the outer edge. Does not find the edge, actually. It is going to be ball 4 right off the plate. And out walks Keenan. So runners on first and second for Gage Crott.
Now batting for the Sasquatch with runners on the bases. Left fielder, number 11.
And Cam Johnson here, we will see what he is going to do with Braxton. I'm not sure if he is going to want to let him face Gage, or maybe they will. We will see what they are going to say here with runners on first and second, and Gage Crott coming up with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. A huge spot in this ball game, and the Squatch need to start putting some momentum in their favor, closing this gap and forcing a comeback bid. Needs to happen now. So they are going to let Braxton stay on. He is completely through 3 innings now pitched out of relief. And so far his stat line looks very good. I am sure Coach Johnson is pleased. 3 innings of no hit ball. Only walking 2 and striking out 3 Squatch hitters in that time span. So let's see if Gage can cut back in this lead here. Anything helps. We will take a single run. Puts us 1 step closer with a lot of baseball left to be played tonight. Bachman over at second, Keenan over at first. And that one is going to be swung on and grounded over to the second baseman. He's going to have to throw over to first. Not in time. A tricky hop on the infield. Strikes once again. Alex Erlob was trying to make the easy feed over to second, but Keenan O'Brien was racing over there. He had to fumbled the baseball for a second, bobbled it around, and then when realizing that he would no longer get the play over at second, had to fire over, but Gage Crott, always ever speedy, over there running up first base line, reaches safely. A 5-run ball game for the Big Sticks, hopefully not for long. Bases loaded, and Damon Gaither with a swing of a bat can close this to a 1-run ball game. Perfect opportunity here. Braxton does not want to walk anybody, so expect some strikes. Not right there though, outside, ball 1. Trey Vorwald in the on-deck circle. Damon Gaither batting 8th. Oh man, if we could get a few runners on and have the top of the lineup. As that one's going to be in the exact same spot for ball 2. And Braxton looking like he's slowly starting to come apart here with 2 outs in the 6th inning. He has been in control and in very much command until now. But now he faces a very, very tough situation. Damon looking to square up on one. As he sits off of that one, curls into the zone, the breaking ball, strike 1. Two balls, 1 strike to Damon. He sent one over the right field wall just a couple of weeks ago into the Cannon County Spuds. Can he do it again here? Big cut, he tried it. And it looked like Greenberg pulled a string on that last pitch. Damon was fooled. Expected that heat. Got a little more off speed. So down to his last strike. A tough spot for Greenberg. Bases loaded. The 2-2. Outside, ball 3. Things are getting a lot more interesting now. As we mentioned, the Sasquatch are capable of coming back from any lead. It only takes a matter of time. 1 hit can start a fire with the Spearfish offense. So Braxton, in the biggest payoff pitch of his night, we'll see what he does. Outside, ball 4. Damon Gaither lays off of it, and Ryan Bachman comes home. It is a 6-2 ball game, and the inning continues. He loses Gaither, and now Trey Vorwald stepping in. You can never count Spearfish out of a fight. And Coach Johnson electing to keep Braxton in the game. We will see who is in the bullpen now for the Big Sticks. It looks to be Logan Fragamini, number 17, who might be getting ready in a few minutes. Braxton Greenberg, though, in a fight of his own against Trey Vorwald, who loves putting it in play. Not the hitter he wants to face with bases loaded. That one misses. Strike, ball one. Dang it. So we'll see if Trey can find a hole here. That one finds the plate, ball one. Bryson Hoyer on deck. Vorwald from Lincoln College, hometown Manteno, Illinois. A .250 batting average this season. He does not strike out often, and he knows more than anybody this is not the place to do it. But Vorwald, a very patient batter at the plate. He's going to wait for his pitch as well. And if Greenberg's not throwing it to him, you can forget about it. So now he's quickly behind 1-2 to Braxton. And we'll see what he elects to throw here. The pitch fouled off once more. And Trey staying in the fight. The home crowd getting in it behind him. It was a bit scary there in the top of the sixth. The crowd went completely silent. Not much to cheer for, as the Big Sticks piled on and made it a 5-run ball game here in game one. And the Sasquatch, knowing how much of a competition, how much of a fight it's going to be in Dickinson, knows they need to win tonight. The 1-2, and he is going to send that one out into shallow right. Let's see if anyone can come in on it. They're not going to be able to, as everyone collides against each other. The second baseman, right fielder, and first baseman, everyone. No one can reach it. Trey Vorwald puts it where no one else can. It is a 6-4 ball game, 2-run score. That's more like it. And now Bryson Hoyer with runners on the corners. The lineup card rolls over, and the winning run stepping in. Bryson went yard against the Big Sticks earlier on in action to begin the series. Would be a big spot here. He did that on the first pitch of the game, leading off. Now he can put the Squatch up by 1 with a blast, but that is not the name of the game for the Spearfish offense. They do not necessarily just rely on power. They can turn on one, but they are primarily focusing on just putting the ball in play. Good, pure contact hitting. And Trey Vorwald does what he's been doing all year. The 1-0 now to Bryson, as that one is going to fall into the zone. For strike one. And now Fragamini getting more pitches in the Big Stick bullpen. Braxton Greenberg is getting the reins to finish off the sixth, even though he has surrendered 3 runs to this point. Even in a 5-run ball game, it was only a matter of time before the Squatch came roaring back. It's just the name of the game here at home. The 1-1 now to Bryson. Taken upstairs, ball 2. Gabe Springer on deck. So now we'll see what Braxton throws Bryson here. He face off between the two. Bryson gets just a piece, fouls it back. So the Bryson and Braxton battle continues here. And Greenberg not seeing that success that he saw in the first 2 innings, which was 6 straight Squatch hitters retired to start out his night. Deuce is wild, the pitch to Bryson, outside. No one on second base. Trey Vorwald easily able to take second. So a defensive mistake there puts Trey in scoring position and makes it a lot more interesting for the Squatch now as the count runs full. Coach Jarrett Hunt standing there solid as a statue, not moving whatsoever, seeing what his offense does at the plate right now. The payoff pitch to Hoyer, and Bryson falls for it. Swing and a miss. Braxton gets out of trouble, but not before the Squatch add 3 here in the bottom of the 6th to make it a much more interesting ball game. Things are getting fun here at the ballpark, headed to the top of the 7th. 6-4 ball game. Big Sticks still in front, hopefully not for long. We'll be back with you in a few. You are watching Squatch Baseball.
Health, we keep going so you can keep going. With advanced orthopedic care, technology, innovations, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner.
Walk through life. Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let's take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day. And everything's going your way. And you wanna make it last forever. We'll keep it together, 'cause it keeps getting better. Hey, it keeps getting better.
New games every month at the Lodge. We are constantly updating our gaming floor with the latest fun games to keep our guests entertained with new games every month. For the freshest selection of slot machines in town, make the Lodge at Deadwood your
A brand new ball game here in the top of the 7th inning, as the Sasquatch have just pulled across 3 runs after the Big Sticks scored 2 in the top of the inning. Spearfish doing what they do all season long, retaliating in the bottom frame. And Wyatt Adams back out for another inning of work. He surrendered those 2 runs in the top of the 6th. And even though it is a 2-run ball game still, and the Big Sticks remain ahead, Coach Jarrett Hunt showing confidence in his pitcher from Whitman College. A really big spot. Wyatt looking to get out of this as quickly as possible as he's facing off against Thurston. And the 1-1 pitch runs 2 balls, 1 strike now. Thurston, as we mentioned earlier, was 2 for 3 on the night. You want to keep him right there, pulling up his batting average to .267. Big cut there. Strike 2. Thurston chased low in the zone, and now the count runs even. So the 3-run inning in the 6th for the Sasquatch started out with a 2-out walk of Ryan Bachman. Until then, Braxton Greenberg looked like he might have just kept going for the rest of the night, as that one is going to be swung on and hit way high out towards shallow center. Bryson Hoyer loses his hat in the process, but makes the play right past the second base bag for out number 1. And outside of both teams trading runs in the 6th, there is a noticeable difference here in the atmosphere of the ballpark. The Sasquatch faithful always understanding and knowing what this team is capable of, coming back from any deficit. And after the Big Sticks were very vocal in the 5th and the 6th innings, the Sasquatch are now back out, and everyone is standing around in the dugout. And that one is going to be lofted out towards left center, excuse me. Gage Crott is going to try to make a diving play as that one kept cutting in. And that'll be potentially tagged as an error. We will see. They're going to give that one a hit as it appeared that the fly ball started tailing inwards off of the glove of Gage Crott. He had a good read on it, but at the very last second started curling in, and he had to make a diving attempt. Unable to make the grab, a runner stands on second base. Kobe Krins with his second hit of the night. So another great night for Kobe, as he has been very busy on the base paths tonight. 2 for 2 with a walk. Leaves it up to Alex Erlob with a runner on second and 1 out. That one's fired low and in the dirt. Ball 1. We thank you so much for joining us tonight in Game 1 action of the divisional playoffs. Could not get here without the support of everyone who supports the Sasquatch every summer. Whether you're watching on the live stream or here at the park, we appreciate everything that you have done to make this season a success. As that one is going to miss. Ball 1. So Erlob, the tricky man, batting in the 9th spot, who seems to be one of those hitters at the plate that gets on base and lets you roll the lineup card over. A smart strategy from the Big Sticks coaching. So now a 1-2 count, it appears. Excuse me, 2-1. The scoreboard just changed up, as we've had, must be a program issue with the scoreboard. The 2-1 now runs to ball 3. A 2-run ball game, and Wyatt Adams looking to keep it that way. No one active in the Sasquatch bullpen still. It appears that for head coach Hunt, he is going to let it be until the 8th when we might see a pitching change. So far, Wyatt has the permission to finish off this inning, and the approval of his coach to get through it here in the top of the 7th. Count runs full now to Erlob. Do not want to see him take first base with Sean D., who has a hit of his own tonight, but he struck out twice. Both of them victims of Ks from J.D. Kirshner. The payoff pitch from Adams, that one is going to hit Erlob. A lot of hit Big Stick batters tonight. So it didn't look to be the fastball. Seemed to be that Wyatt was maybe going with a breaking ball that simply stayed unbreakable. So the situation that Wyatt does not want to be in right now. Runners on first and second, 1 out. And the lineup card starting over. Sean D. struck out both times to Kirshner on the high heat. Maybe Wyatt might try to go back to that here. The 1-out pitch. Right down the middle. Strike 1. 4 runs and 4 hits for the Sasquatch tonight. 2 errors to add. The Big Sticks with 6 runs and 7 hits. Do not want to see them get any more. Want to keep that number the same on the scoreboard. That one low and inside. Ball 1. So Sean D. playing at University of Illinois, Chicago. From Onalaska, Wisconsin. I think that's how you pronounce it. That one is going to be shot out towards shallow right center. That one's going to drop. They are going to wave 1 runner around. That one will get down. The runner scores. It is now a 7-4 ball game, and the second runner is going to be tagged out at home as they got really greedy there. They tried to send Erlob around from third. The throw back to Keenan in time. Out number 2, but it is a 7-4 ball game off of a bloop shot from Sean D. The Big Sticks have had a couple of those situations. They've had runners on maybe first base or second base, and one run would score. It happened in game 3 specifically twice, back-to-back innings. They sent a runner around from third in back-to-back innings, and he was tagged out twice. And crazily enough, it was the exact same player who got tagged out both of those 2 times. As that one is going to be swung on and fouled back against the protective netting. Strike 1. So with Sean D over at first base in a 3-run ball game, the Big Sticks are trying to get that lead right back to where it was before the bottom of the 6th when the Squatch put up 3 of their own. And a scary man to pitch against, Austin Bunn, who had that solo home run against Wyatt last time around. But Adams doesn't seem too phased. Quickly ahead, no balls, 2 strikes.
Let's make some 2-strike noise.
The Sasquatch faithful getting into it here. Coming and approaching the late innings of tonight's action. Wyatt a strike away. He wants to end the inning right here. No more Big Sticks nonsense, as they are going to grant Wyatt Adams a balk there. As he turned around, and Sean D was off the base paths. Wyatt had been watching him the entire time, turned around. Unfortunately, that will be a balk, and D will take second base, which changes up things tremendously here. Sean D is very speedy. If Austin Bunn is going to lay one down, that will be trouble. Good news is that he's down to his last strike. Two outs, a runner on second base. The 0-2 now for Wyatt. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Austin Bunn reached out as far as he possibly could for that one. Cannot reach it at all. Wyatt Adams comes back with a blistering pitch, a filthy one at that, and he heads to the dugout. A gutsy outing after allowing a run across here in the top of the 7th, but still keeps it a 3-run game. And if there's anything that the Sasquatch can prove, it's that in the late innings of every matchup, they will make things interesting. We hope that that's the case as we approach the 7th inning stretch here in Game 1. Thank you for watching. We'll be back in just a few minutes. The 2, 3, 4 hitters due up here in the bottom of the 7th as Gabe Springer is stepping in and up to the plate against the new pitcher on the mound for the Big Sticks, Logan Fragamini. A 3-run ball game. The Squatch are looking to push back and cut into this lead as that fastball is fouled off by Gabe for a quick 0-1 count. The last time Fragamini and Springer saw each other was to end one of the innings in Game 1 of 5 to end the regular season. Fragamini ended up striking Springer out. We hope for different results here in Game 1 of the divisional playoffs. The Big Sticks added on a run in the top of the 7th just a few moments ago to push that lead back to 3 runs. And Gabe is going to shoot that one out, and that one is going to be straight to the center fielder. Man, Sean D was shifted way over to his left and a lot over into right field. It looked like that would have found a gap if he wasn't so far shifted over. But a good read on it, and Sean D was all over it. So Gabe puts a lift into it, but a hard and loud out number 1. So Ryan Bachman, who started out all of the Sasquatch drama in the bottom of the 6th, is looking to get some momentum of his going again tonight. Only an inning later, as the entire Sasquatch lineup is almost rolled around. Braxton Greenberg, who is now off the mound, had a lot to work with. The Sasquatch eventually caught up to him. And that one inside for ball 1. Bailey Bordas on deck. We can work with a 3-run ball game. There is no doubt about it. Just got to start getting runners on. The 1-1. And Ryan Bachman holds off for the second ball in the count. So with 2 outs in the 6th, Ryan Bachman took a walk, and that started out everything. The 3-run surge that closed the gap and made this ball game interesting again. The 2-1 now to Bach. And a filthy pitch there. Finds the plate. Down the middle for strike 2. So outside of the score right now, not in the Squatch's favor, could not ask for any better of a ball game to this point. Are you not entertained? This is what happens every single time the Big Sticks and the Squatch face off. Bachman lays off of that one way high. Ball 3. Or maybe that was not way high. Could not tell from up here in the booth. I have such an awkward angle. Can't tell if that one was maybe fouled off the bat. As there is going to be a quick mound visit here. And Coach Cam Johnson is going to come out and talk to the umpire. They're going to figure things out as Rogers and Fragamini talk it over right in front of the mound. A few moments ago, during one of our inning breaks, we were able to celebrate a huge celebration here right next to home plate as Grayson Chapeau and his family received over $9,000 to help towards some of his cancer treatments and anything else they might need. As the Spearfish Sasquatch organization overall raised over that $9,000 on the Going Gold for Grayson night, all off of auction jerseys. So Grayson Chapeau, who has been enjoying Going Gold for Grayson night the past couple of seasons with the Sasquatch, was celebrating in between innings, and that is just so good to see. Grayson is one of the happiest kids you will ever meet. Fragamini's 2-2 pitch again to Ryan, and Bachman stays in the fight. And Grayson with us in attendance tonight. He's been running around all over the stadium wearing his number 11 Gauge Crotch Spearfish Sasquatch limited edition jersey. And if you'd like more information about that, you can check out the Going Gold for Grayson's Facebook page, as that one is going to be off the mound and line straight to the second baseman. And the throw over to first in time. A bit of an unlucky bounce there, directly to Alex Erlob, right behind the second base bag. If it didn't touch the mound, that one might have been lined and would have been a hot shot off of Erlob's glove, but instead, a high bounce right into his glove, and he makes a throw over to Calvillo for out number 2. We're trying to keep this inning going as long as we can. It is still a 3-run ball game, and Bailey Bordas looking to make this a closer ball game. And with the power that he has, he can do that by himself with a solo shot. Anything helps right now, approaching the later innings of tonight's matchup, as he is going to shoot that one 40 miles in the sky, all the way out towards shallow center field. Sean D calls it off, makes the catch. That is the end of the 7th inning for the Sasquatch. We head to the top of the 8th, still down by 3 in a pivotal and ever important Game 1 matchup before the Squatch and the Sticks head to Dickinson tomorrow. So glad you are watching. Still a 3-run ball game, Sticks on top. Hopefully not for long. You are watching Squatch Baseball.
When you venture to spearfish in the Black Hills of South Dakota, you'll find rugged hiking and biking trails, extreme rock climbs, and views that will take your breath away. Plan a spearfish vacation and come find your adventure. Spearfish, my great place in South Dakota.
Balanced Bookkeeping, located right here in Spearfish, is your go-to place for all of your bookkeeping needs. Serving Spearfish for over 2 years, we have over 30 years of bookkeeping experience and can take care of any office tasks, large or small. Contact us now to get in touch with one of our many experienced bookkeepers.
Coming down to the last couple of innings here in Game 1 tonight. Here at Black Hills Energy Stadium, I'm Win Andrews, the voice of the Sasquatch. So glad to be bringing you tonight's call. A lot of action so far in a back-and-forth affair, but so far the Sasquatch have not been able to overcome the 3-run lead of the Big Sticks. As Wyatt Adams is back out on the mound, fires the first strike of the inning to Daniel Rogers. Batting third tonight, followed by Carson Lundmark and Gunnar Hansen in the hole. The 0-1. In the dirt off the chest of Keenan. Ball 1. A very important game to win tonight. Cannot stress it enough. The 1-1 turns 1-2. On the grounder foul up the first base line. And Coach Hunt wanting Wyatt to go as much as he can tonight. Would be huge for him to get through this inning here, especially considering we need our bullpen for games 2 and 3 if necessary. If the Squatch were not going to be able, if the Squatch were to not take back this lead tonight. But we're not going to say that. We got to stay positive. Never count the Sasquatch out of anything. And there's Grayson over there in the Sasquatch dugout high-fiving all the players. The 2-2 is going to be smoked right past Ryan Bachman as it trickles over into right field. And a line shot from Daniel Rogers, and his bat could not be hotter. Ryan Bachman very quick over at second base, but the way that one came off the bat, all he could do was try to attempt a dive. And now Carson Lundmark stepping in. Logan Fragamini just went a scoreless 1-2-3 bottom of the 7th inning against Gabe Springer, Ryan Bachman, and Bailey Bordas. Not an easy feat to do. 7 runs and 9 hits for the Big Sticks. This is what we're used to seeing from Badlands. That one is going to be a bunt as Bailey Bordas is going to try to make the throw over to first. He is unable to. That is going to be the 3rd error of the night for the Sasquatch as Bordas was charging up down the third base line. But understanding the speed of Lundmark, he had to get it out of his glove quick, unable to as he bobbled it. And now runners on first and second. The inning continues for Gunnar Hansen. Wyatt Adams gave up the home run and let it run across the top of the 7th, but he has not had the best of luck. There have been a couple of errors mixed in with his appearance on the mound tonight. Do not want to see the Sasquatch falling back into their first half of the season type of play. A lot of errors, not a lot of runs scored, especially heading into game 2 in North Dakota tomorrow. And Coach Hunt is going to walk out there and talk things over with Wyatt still. No one in the pen. They are probably going to keep Wyatt in and just talk things over. There is nothing more that Coach Hunt wants than for Wyatt to get through the 8th completely. But still nobody out and runners on first and second. And with Gunnar Hansen stepping in, a very dangerous spot. If you're wanting to keep this a close ball game, you cannot let the Big Sticks score here. But as we mentioned earlier, with everything being so packed in together at once, as we just finished the regular season yesterday and have game 1 of the playoffs tonight, it is my duty to let you know that the Squatch and the Sticks will have game 2 tomorrow at the Badlands Big Sticks Stadium in North Dakota. And you can tune in live if you are not able to see them in person. You can join them on the Badlands Big Sticks YouTube channel. Play-by-play man Luke Stera will be on the call, as he always does a great job and always brings the energy with every single call he makes. So hope that you were able to bring the support for the Sasquatch tomorrow and make it loud. Even if you are not at the game, there is a live chat for a reason. Always feel free to voice your support. So a 7-4 ball game. Wyatt Adams on the mound. Gunnar Hansen at the plate. Carson Lundmark 0 for 4 on the night. He's on first base because of the error on Bailey Bordas. It's a bit scary also to know that Carson hasn't registered a lot of hits in this series to end the year, which makes you worry that he might be due pretty soon. The first pitch to Wyatt, that was going to be popped up, and Keenan O'Brien is going to make the play. Gunnar Hansen does not do what he was trying to do. He does not succeed. Tried to lay down a bunt, and a pop-up right past home plate, and a huge out number 1 in a critical inning. So Gunnar goes back to the dugout, and Derek Calvillo, who is 1 for 4 with an RBI, now facing off against Wyatt once more. He came through huge with an RBI double a couple of innings ago against Wyatt. And that one is going to be sent out towards right field. Trey Vorwald going to make the play, able to make the catch, and throws back to second base and plenty of time to keep Daniel Rogers over at second base. So 2 pitches ago, things looked a lot more dangerous for the Sasquatch, and now Wyatt Adams is an out away, getting out of this inning. But first he has to face off against Alex Thurston, who's gone 2 for 4 with a run driven in as well. Wyatt looking to finish off his summer season strong with the Spearfish Sasquatch. And after giving up a couple of runs here and there, this would be a huge spot on an out of Alex Thurston. That one was low and in the dirt, ball 1. 9:30 p.m. Mountain Time here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. As we are just 5 minutes away from officially being 3 hours out from first pitch, which began right at 6:35. This one's gone along rather quickly, especially for a playoff game. That one is going to be sent out way towards center field. Bryson Hoyer has to wait for it and just sits there to make the catch. So Wyatt Adams gets runners on first and second after the error from Bailey Bordas puts Carson Lummark on first. But outside of that, Wyatt Adams retires the next 3 batters in order to get out of the jam. We now head to the bottom of the 8th, looking to recover and take back this 3-run deficit. We're getting late in tonight's ball game, but that is when the Squatch play their best. So hang around, folks. It is going to be fun. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Big Sticks on top, 7-4.
I wanna shout out to the world so they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going, yeah, she turns me on. And she loves me, yeah, she loves me, and it blows my mind.
Hey, nice try.
Yeah, it blows my mind. She's my lover.
At the Denny Menhold dealerships in Rapid City, trade-in values are at an all-time high, and there's never been a better time to buy. With over 400 vehicles on location, you're guaranteed to find the right ride to take you into summer. And while you're here, make sure to sign up to win some great summer gear, like a Rice Honda side-by-side, Black Hills Fireplace Traeger Smoker, a variety of gift certificates, and more. Come by and check out a great selection of vehicles and summer gear at any of the Denny Menhold dealerships in Rapid City and at menholdsummer.com.
Back in the bottom of the 8th inning, a 7-4 ball game. Squatch down by 3, looking to make a late inning comeback. 57 games played in the regular season for every single team in the Independence League. None more important than tonight. This is what they've worked for throughout the season. A spot in the playoffs. And it has been a gutsy performance from both teams so far tonight. As Logan Fragamini back on the mound for his 2nd inning of work, went 1-2-3 against the top part of the Sasquatch order in the 7th inning, excuse me. And now he faces off, starting off with Ryan Doran. As he fires outside and high, ball 2. Ryan Doran 0 for 3 on the night. He has come up in huge and very clutch situations for the Sasquatch. And he's not having to swing just yet. Fragamini has fired 3 straight pitches outside. The Big Sticks bullpen working hard so far. They have 2 guys warming up right now in case Fragamini departs early. But he fires that fastball right in the zone. Strike 1. The 3-1 now to Ryan, and the dirt, ball 4. Doran takes his base, and now Keenan O'Brien getting ready to step into the plate. Gage Crott on deck. Any part of the Sasquatch lineup is able to find a way back into these games, and we will see if head coach Cam Johnson is going to let this be the end of the line for Fragamini tonight. It looks like they are getting someone out of the Big Sticks bullpen. We will see what happens here. They're going to let him stay in, it appears. So a 7-4 ball game. Ryan Doran takes a walk. And now Keenan O'Brien looking to close this game and make it a lot more interesting. 6 more outs for the Sasquatch to work with, and they got to make up 3 runs. Could be a lot worse, but we got to start moving right now. And with the playoffs that we've been discussing, this is just an example of the Badlands Big Sticks having a short memory, losing 4 out of 5 to end the regular season and coming in tonight and having an impressive 3-run lead. And so far, their pitching staff has been rather good. As Keenan O'Brien asks for time to start his at-bat. Would be huge for a Keenan O'Brien blast right here, but we're not even asking for that much. Nobody out. Doran on first base. Just put it in play. As he takes that one knee-high inside. Not sure who is in the Big Sticks bullpen, but we'll be interested to see how far Coach Johnson lets Logan go tonight. The 1-0. Big cut from Keenan. Man, oh man. Couldn't square up on it, but he was trying to. So Fragamini in his last appearance against the Sasquatch went 4 innings, giving up 2 runs and 3 hits. As that one is going to be off of the catcher. He's lost the ball. Falls back into the infield, and Ryan Doran now on second base, still nobody out. This is what the Sasquatch do game after game, I tell you what. Always making it interesting. The Big Sticks do much of the same, but both teams just never say die. And that is why they're in the playoffs in the first place. Able to take advantage of a lot of scoring opportunities throughout the regular season. So now Fragamini. A 2-1 pitch now to Keenan. Gonna be low. Ball 3. Squatch really need to win tonight. Not saying that they cannot take games 2 and 3 in Dickinson, but that is rather difficult for any team to have to accomplish. The 3-1, and Keenan is going to swing on that one, and that one is maybe, it is not going to, excuse me, that one is just going to stay in the air as long as it possibly could for Carson Lummark in right field. Looked like it jammed Keenan there. Now all the way into shallow right. It went so shallow that I thought maybe it could drop. But alas, it did not, and now Gage Crott steps in with 1 out, and Ryan Doran still over at second base. Fragamini with a 3-1 record and a 3.62 ERA. This will be his 20th appearance out of the bullpen. 50 strikeouts, 21 walks. That is rather impressive through 44 2/3 innings pitched. From Maple Grove, Minnesota. Plays at Montana State University Billings. We'll see if Gage can catch up to what Logan's throwing here. Crott does such a great job of adjusting to opposing pitching. whether it be the high heat or the off speed. That is why Crott is so valuable in left field defensively as well as at the plate. He waits for his pitch, and he relies on his speed. Doesn't have to be an absolute barrel, but he will race out anybody to try to reach first base, and he is going to send that one away foul. Out of play into the parking lot. 7 runs, 9 hits now for the Big Sticks, and the Squatch still stuck at that number 4. 4 runs, 4 hits, 3 errors. And they are asking for a lot more tonight. They do not want to stay there. If Gage can get on some way, somehow, and Damon Gaither in the on-deck circle, things are looking promising. That one is going to get away. Ryan Dorn is going to take third base now. So now a sac fly from Gage could really make things more interesting here. A runner could score, make it a 2-run ball game. So game 1, divisional playoffs, Sasquatch and Big Sticks. Here in the late innings of tonight's ball game, the bottom of the 8th, and a really important at-bat coming down to the kid not far away from Spearfish. Crott from Belle Fourche, South Dakota. The 2-1 finds the zone. For strike 2. Now the count is even. And Gage is staying very patient at the plate. We'll see what Logan has up his sleeve here. Will he go with the high heat or will he go with something off speed? The pitch. Wow, swing and a miss. Gage Crott could not catch up to it. Looked to be a slider from out here. That was going to be out number 2. A huge one at that. So that takes care of Gage. And now the Sasquatch down to their last out here in the bottom of the 8th. Damon Gaither had a multi-hit game in Game 5 last night. And just a day later, he is looking to add one to tonight's performance. 2 outs, runner on third base, and Ryan Doran. Trey Vorwald in the on-deck circle. He drove in 2 runs off of a bit of a bloop shot out into right field that neither Calvillo, Erlob, or Lundmark were able to reach, right next to the right field line. Huge part of that 6th inning surge for the Sasquatch to keep this game close. Fastball inside, ball 2. So do not want to have to mount a 3-run comeback all in the 9th inning. Want to spread out some runs here and there. The 2-0 now to Damon, the pitch. Taken low, ball 3. Either way, the Sasquatch will be seeing their top of the order at least in the 9th inning, if not in the 8th. Fragamini looking to get out of the inning as he fires that strike. As the count now runs 3-1. So Damon staying very patient at the plate. As that one is going to be inside. Damon takes his base. 2 outs, runners on the corners. And Trey Vorwald looking to come up in another huge spot. Even driving one run across would make the 9th inning a much more manageable. So let's see what Trey can do here. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning. 2 walks on the night for Fragamini. That'll increase his season total to, it appears, 23 walks. So officially on the season for him, 51 Ks, 23 walks. So the biggest moment of the night for the Sasquatch, the tying run at the plate. 2 outs, Trey Vorwald looking to perform some late inning magic. He doesn't have to because that one is going to be off of the head. He is beamed. We hope he is okay as he falls to the ground. And the trainer is going out there as it seemed to hit him in the back of the helmet. We hope he is going to be okay. And goodness gracious, as the trainer is going out to check on Trey, as well as Coach Jarrett Hunt. We will be back with you in just a few minutes. Bases are juiced, still 2 outs. And Bryson Hoyer, along with the rest of the top of the Sasquatch order, due up here in the 8th inning. Be back in a few. Big Sticks up by 3. Bottom of the 8th, a 3-run score as the Squatch are looking to claw their way back. All it would take is a bases clearing double off of the bat of Bryson Hoyer, and we've seen him do it time and time again. Bryson is 0 for 4 in the night. That means that maybe a barrel is due in the near future. We hope that's the case against the new pitcher on the mound, Daniel Rivera. After Trey Vorwald just got hit in the helmet a few minutes ago, ending the night for Logan Fragamini on the mound out of the bullpen. And Rivera was warming up for a while. So he will be here in the bottom of the 8th.
Hey Cody, do we still do the Grand Slam thing in the playoff? Okay.
Vorwald over at first base. Davis Carr on second, pinch running for Damon Gaither. And Ryan Doran has been camped over at third for quite a while now. The 1-0 from Rivera to Bryson. Doesn't find the zone. Ball 2. So Rivera is going to have to fire a strike because he has Gabe Springer in the on-deck circle. He does not want to face him. In fact, I can recall earlier to begin the second half of play, Gabe Springer had a grand slam against the Big Sticks. Only a 3-run ball game, as that one is going to find the zone. Strike 1. Rivera from Concordia, Nebraska. Not sure if that's University of Concordia. I would say Concordia, Nebraska College or Concordia, Nebraska University. I'd have to do research on that. 2 balls, 1 strike either way from Rivera. Way inside, fastball. A 3-1 count. If the Squatch came back and won tonight, what a momentum shift that would be headed into Game 2 tomorrow. The home crowd doing everything they can to make this as interesting as possible. A ball here would walk Bryson Hoyer. What's the pitch? He is going to jam him in off the hands, and that is going to be the 3rd out of the inning. Looked to be a walk if he did not swing, but in on the knuckles of Bryson Hoyer, and a high pop out right next to home plate. And a lot of Big Sticks fans in attendance tonight. They were pumped about that one. So bases loaded. Squatch can't do anything with it. Headed to the top of the 9th. 3 more outs for each team and a 3-run deficit for the Squatch to work with. We hope to keep it there. Top of the 9th coming to you in just a few seconds.
Knee replacement? With the area's only ROSA robot, Monument Health offers a more personalized and precise procedure, customized for your anatomy. Get going with Monument Health, your partner for advanced orthopedic care.
When you venture to Spearfish in the Black Hills of South Dakota, you'll find rugged hiking and biking trails, extreme rock climbs, and views that will take your breath away. Plan a Spearfish vacation and come find your adventure. Spearfish, my great place in South Dakota.
Going somewhere, going higher, faster, farther, going in new directions, to new places. At Monument Health, we keep going so you can keep going. We're dedicated to advanced orthopedic care with the latest innovations, technology, expertise, and treatment. So keep exploring, keep making memories, keep going with Monument Health as your partner. Learn more at monument.health/orthopedics.
In the final inning of play tonight, we have officially reached the top of the 9th inning, as the Sasquatches had bases loaded with 2 outs. But number 18 for the Big Sticks, Daniel Rivera, gets them out of a huge spot, as Bryson Hoyer has been coming up clutch time and time again for the Sasquatch this season. And Rivera jammed him in on the hands, and it was just a high pop-up for Daniel Rodgers to be able to head over and make the catch just in time in foul ground. Gets the Big Sticks out of the jam and helps them keep this 3-run lead. So now the Squatch are going to have a very dramatic bottom of the 3rd, but never say never. As Kobe Krins now stepping back in, and Wyatt Adams, who is being asked to go his 5th inning of work tonight. Coach Jarrett Hunt is stretching him as much as he can. So far, Wyatt has given up 7 hits and 4 earned runs through 4 innings pitched, striking out 1 and walking 2 big stick batters. Now finds himself in a 2-2 to Krins, who has had a night of his own. Kobe batting in the 8th spot, 2 for 2 with a walk to add to it. Coming up clutch for the big sticks in a really critical game tonight. And we did figure out, thanks to a comment on our live stream, that Daniel Rivera for the Big Sticks is from Concordia University. And he came up in a very important spot. I'm sure the Big Sticks dugout was very excited about that one, as that one is going to be shot out into left field. Gage Crott makes the play at the very last second for out number 1. A fly out off the bat of Krins. And 1 down here in the 9th. So here's Alex Erlob. 0 for 2 on the night, but a walk. And Wyatt Adams has truly settled down on the mound. Had a bit of a shaky first few frames, but here in the later innings has really just seemed to get back into his own groove. We hope that stays for the final 2 outs in the 9th inning. As the top of the order, lurking with Sean D in the on-deck circle one more time tonight. I feel like we've seen him so many times already. 5 at-bats for D to this point, and this will be his 6th in the 9th inning. The Sasquatch faithful still hanging around tonight. They want to see their Squatch walk it off. We've seen 3 walk-off victories so far at home this season. Why not add on number 4 in the biggest spot to date? And Wyatt gets the strike call. Strike 1. 2-1 count, 1 out, nobody on. And that one is going to be lifted out of play. Count now even at 2. The Big Sticks have just been continuing to hit at will. They scored 1 in the 2nd inning, 1 in the 4th, followed by back-to-back 2-run innings in the 5th and the 6th. And then 1 run in the 7th inning as well. That one's going to be popped up, and Keenan O'Brien going to try to make the play on it, but it'll be called off by Ryan Doran, who makes a sliding catch as he realized that the foul ball that was popped out right next to the first base line was curling behind him. So at the very last second had to stretch out and eventually made the clutch out number 2. So an out away. We hope to see Sean D retired here and get back to offensive matters in the bottom of the 9th. There's a guy warming up in the pen for the Sticks. We expect to see him in the 9th inning, unless Daniel Rivera, he's only faced 1 batter, but a very high pressure at bat. So not sure who we'll see. There's a person, let's see who it is. Looks to be David Dielman, who is the pitcher warming up in the Squatch pen as of right now. If this game were to go into extra innings, we hope that's the case, or we just hope to walk it off completely. The 0-1. That one is going to be swung on way high out towards left center field. We'll see who calls it off. Gage Crott tracing behind Bryson Hoyer, who makes the catch for out number 3. So Wyatt Adams, that's more like it. 5 innings through and through, saves a lot of arms in the Sasquatch bullpen for later on in this series. But so far tonight, the Sasquatch just have one more objective, and that is taking back this 3-run deficit and walking it off for the Squatch faithful here at Black Hills Energy tonight in Game 1. We'll see if we can do it. We'll be back in just a few. A 3-run game headed to walk-off Central.
Knee replacement? With the area's only ROSA robot, Monument Health offers a more personalized and precise procedure, customized for your anatomy. Get going with Monument Health, your partner for advanced orthopedic care.
I wanna shout out to the world so they know my sweet baby loves me so. She got me going. She loves me, yeah, she loves me, and it blows my mind.
Hey, nice strike.
Yeah, it blows my mind. She's my lover.
Rally time here at Black Hills Energy Stadium. 3 outs for the Squatch to get 3 runs to tie this ball game. And with the offense that the Sasquatch have, we've seen much crazier, especially with our familiarity with the big sticks. There is definitely a chance. As the infield has shifted, there's a huge gap up the middle of the field, right past second base. As you take a big hack for strike 1 against Daniel Rivera. So the sticks still have an arm in their pin warming up just in case, but they are going to let Rivera potentially handle the closing duties tonight. And now quickly back-to-back whiffs from Springer. He's looking to fight back in this count and put it in play to start this rally. The big sticks have come in tonight after being here for the last week. They lost 4 out of 5 in the last series of the regular season, and they flexed their muscles tonight. 7 runs and 9 hits of their own, but the Sasquatch never putting themselves out of competition. So a quick 0-2 count now to Springer. Rivera's pitch on the outer third of the plate for strikeout number 1 here in the 9th inning. Gabe Springer down on his luck, and Daniel Rivera. A great pitch there. Attacked Springer directly and didn't even fire a ball in the count. So quick work for out number 1, and Ryan Bachman looking to step it up here and keep this inning alive. The Squatch have not scored since that 3-run rally in the 6th inning to make it a 3-run ball game, or excuse me, a 2-run ball game at the time, but then the Big Sticks added 1 run in the top of the 7th immediately after to push it back to 3 runs. And Ryan Bachman takes that pitch head high. Ball 1. Bailey Bordas on deck. The Squatch need to get something going tonight. Game 1 is crucial. The 1-0. The Squatch do not want to have to be battling back from 2 games in a row. Both of them in North Dakota. They want to get business done here at home while they still can. But so far, they have 2 more outs to work with, as that one is going to be taken for a strike, and now a 1-2 count. So what can the team captain for this Sasquatch lineup do here in the 9th inning? He will work a count until he gets tired. The 1-2, right down Broadway. Back-to-back Ks for Daniel Rivera, and Gabe Springer and Ryan Bachman are set down. So not the way that you might have anticipated the 9th inning starting. Back-to-back punch-outs of the 2 and 3 hitters in this Squatch order. But Daniel Rivera has his stuff tonight, and he is not wasting any time on the mound. Not trying to be cute. He is attacking the zone every which way. So now Bailey Bordas, the final hope here in a 3-run ball game. Big hack. Strike 1. He's swing and a miss. The Big Sticks anxiously awaiting in their dugout, and the Squatch looking to keep this 9th inning going. All up to Bailey Bordas here now. The 0-1, low and away, ball 1. Still only 4 runs on 4 hits for the Sasquatch and 3 errors. A couple of them which have been very costly, allowing a couple of these Big Sticks runners to score. Right past 10 o'clock here at home. It has been a stressful game to say the least. A lot of back and forth, but the Big Sticks have held command for most of the night. Big cut there from Bailey. Count now even at 2. The Squatch have not had a lead tonight yet. The closest they have been is tying the ball game in the bottom of the 3rd. A 1-1 ball game until the Big Sticks fired back to take an eventual 6-1 ball game, as Bailey's going to lift that one out of play. The Sasquatch have been chasing all night. It all comes down to this. Can the Sasquatch take game 1 behind a very crazy rally? Now with 2 outs, the 2-2 to Bailey. He is going to lift that one all the way out towards right field. Carson Lumbark is going to call it off. Bailey Bordas throws his bat down, and that does it here in game 1. The Big Sticks fight and battle back as they have victory formation on the Sasquatch home turf now. What a game for Badlands, coming in after losing the first 4 or 5 to end this regular season series, and then a very gutsy performance here in game 1. Taking it here against the Sasquatch on their home territory, and they are pumped about it. A 7-4 final score, and the Sasquatch now are going to have to fight back and try to even the series tomorrow, as it is only a 3-game set. If the Big Sticks won tomorrow, that is the end of the postseason for Spearfish. So be expecting a very exciting matchup between both teams, as both will travel back to Dickinson for games 2 and a game 3 if necessary. We hope that it is. But until then, the Squatch fall 7-4 after they are only able to get 4 runs on 4 hits and 3 errors. A sloppy game so far, and maybe a little bit of postseason jitters for the Sasquatch. Unfortunately, they were not able to recover from it, as J.D. Kirshner went 4 innings of only 2-run ball, giving up 5 walks in the meantime. That was the big number, and striking out 3 in the meantime. Wyatt Adams came out and pitched a very clutch relief performance, going 5 innings to finish business tonight on the pitching side of things, giving up 7 hits and 4 earned runs, walking 2 and striking out 1. But still, either way, the Sasquatch offense unable to catch up to the great pitching performances on the mound. Very gutsy outing from all 4 men of the Sticks tonight. Steve Marhefke came out firing 2 2/3 innings, giving up a run before exiting with an apparent injury. Braxton Greenberg following behind, going 3 1/3, giving up no earned runs. Walking 3, striking out 4. Logan Fragamini followed closely behind, giving up 1 2/3. Going 1 2/3, excuse me. Walking 2, striking out 1. No hit, no run ball, and Daniel Rivera closes things down here at Black Hills Energy tonight in game 1, going 1 1/3 and striking out 2 batters in the 9th inning. A really impressive performance on the mound from the Big Sticks, and they did just enough, 7 runs of their own, to win and answer back tonight. A retaliation game, and none more important than game 1 of the divisional playoffs. So until then, we will see you tomorrow. We hope to see a great crowd in Dickinson, North Dakota, as the Squatch will need your help. It is going to be a very exciting home crowd for the Big Sticks tomorrow, so why not fill it up with plenty of blue and white, repping your Sasquatch pride. As we head to Dickinson, both teams loading up, and we will see you tomorrow there. But until then, I am Win Anders, your voice of the Sasquatch. If you are not able to make it to the game tomorrow, we encourage you to listen to the Big Sticks YouTube stream, which will have the game up and running for everyone. And the Big Sticks home announcer, Luke Stera, will be making the call. Every pitch, every at-bat. So that is where we will tell you to go and turn your attention to. But until then, we hope to have another game at home this season. But if for some reason that were not the case, I am Win Andrews, your voice of the Sasquatch, and it has been my absolute pleasure being here with you on the call for every home game this season. I could not thank General Manager and owner Eric Schmidt enough for this opportunity. It has been an absolute blessing being here in Spearfish this entire summer, gaining a lot of experience and a lot of memories in the process. But until then, I am the voice of the Sasquatch, signing off tonight in a Game 1 loss for the Squatch. We'll see you in Dickinson tomorrow for Game 2.